Yo, what you feel about this TikTok ban? I don't have a TikTok myself. I do have a TikTok. Let me not say that. But how do you feel about the TikTok ban per se? Do you know about the TikTok ban? Do you know why they are banning TikTok? And drop this link in the chat for truth be told. Let me see. I'm gonna drop this link in the chat for truth be told. If you feel a certain kind of way about this TikTok ban, come on up. Let's have this conversation. Me personally, I felt like I missed the TikTok craze. I always feel like I want to try to hop on the coin. You know what I mean? Like a Bitcoin, like Shiba Inu, or something like that before everybody else hop on that thing. I may have missed the TikTok because a lot of people made a lot of money on TikTok. What's up, Doug? He hopped in just to hop in, but we still live. So I just felt like I missed a lot of money on TikTok, but I didn't necessarily miss money on TikTok because shit, I didn't even know how to work TikTok to make money. If that's okay to say. Some people came in the game with the thought process of already affiliate marketing and selling products. That's the only way to be on TikTok, the only reason to be. I hate that my neighbors park right behind my parking, right behind my fucking driveway. Like, what the fuck is your purpose about that shit? But that's cool. Your boy out here in the streets. What up?
Well, who the hell you talking to?
Shit, I done went live already. I ain't playing no more with people, man.
True B2. What's that?
In the building. But the conversation tonight was about something that really I have no vested interest in per se. Is TikTok and being TikTok being banned here in the next couple of days. What you feel about that?
I feel it is what it is. Either they
I mean,
gonna
that's
do
your.
it, either they gonna do it or they not gonna do it because it's still mixed emotions about the shit.
I mean, but how? What do you feel about it? You're an avid TikTok creator.
I
You've
feel like
made you've
it.
made money on TikTok, whether it was large or small. I don't know what you made.
I done made, I done spent. So it is what it is. Like shit, you can't. car with spilled milk. You gotta keep it trucking. And a lot of people done made friends and relationships and everything off TikTok. But shit, like I said, if it goes, it goes. Eventually, there's going to be something else, probably the same or even better.
So if and when they create the next thing, you think you're gonna be ready for it? So that's what I was just talking about when nobody was here but me. Is
Probably not. I wish if
I
I
wasn't
played
ready for
something,
TikTok.
I
I had no
wouldn't.
idea. I had no idea of what TikTok could do or the benefits of TikTok as far as the financial gain could be. You know, I feel like I've been slow to the market, just like with the coins and everything that I want to do with cryptocurrency coming in the game late when there are already people who have figured it out. Uh, that for me, that would be the only reason why TikTok going away is a bad thing for a lot of creators. But whatever is next, everybody should be learning how to make money on these platforms more than just going live and things like that.
Yeah,
That's just where I stand with it. Because the big money is in products, and you ain't got to sell your own products. You don't have to sell your own products.
but most of the people on TikTok they don't sell their own products. They selling products for somebody else. Just like on YouTube,
Yeah,
they get the
they
affiliate
do.
selling
You can go
somebody else.
affiliate with Facebook. I mean YouTube. I mean Amazon. I'm telling the white around your lips.
I ain't knew where you were going with that. I didn't know who you was talking to, but I
Me?
knew where you were going.
Hey, you gotta cheat on your home sometimes when they get overpriced. All right, you got to. Hey, if a $2 hoe trying to be a $5 hoe in a 10-cent community, what you supposed to do? In a 10-cent community? Yeah. You gotta leave that hoe alone. A hoe, a half of a hoe. You got told on. Somebody let us know you was cheating. I ain't even tripping. I know you ain't. You shot. I was normally don't trip. Hey, they was giving out ice. Why you didn't bring us none? My deep freezer full. I ain't even have no space. But you got plenty over there. We gotta buy it. They was giving it away. Oh, okay. That's the difference. It's still over there too. You don't want to go give me that? Nah, they be having stops over that way. All right. You better be careful what you. Hey.
Sparkle.
What was the wasn't it saying something about her and R. Kelly or R. Kelly and her niece, or it was something like that, wasn't it?
It was her niece. It said that was her niece that was in that tape. That's what they're saying is, but shit, I don't know. Don't nobody really know who the hell that girl was, and they don't even know if that was R. Kelly on the tape.
Oh, that was R. Kelly, bro. My nigga got away with it the first time.
They were saying
I
it
think
was
now I
just
ain't gonna lie.
drugs.
I never saw the tape.
So how you know it
And
was Kelly?
I'm just talking, but I never saw it though. I didn't. By the time I wanted to see it, just to get a reference point on if it was R. Kelly or if it wasn't, that's when they was coming out with those certain laws and be like, yeah, if you look at this, you going to jail. And so since I was over shit a certain age, I was not willing to risk it. So I don't know if it was R. Kelly or not, man. I ain't even gonna lie.
Shit, I think that. Well, I was still in high school when that tape came out. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
yeah. I still was in high school when that tape came out.
I probably was in high school too then. But see, by the time, I don't know. I just
But
know that shit, it wasn't good to look at unless you wanted to go to jail or to even search it because it probably was on the internet.
yeah, I
But
know they were
people
saying
I know
that.
probably had the DVD. They probably still got the DVD.
Probably. Well, I know they were saying it was his brother and not him that was in them. They said his brother and Sparkle set him up, but I don't know how much that true is. That's just something I heard a long time ago.
Hell nah. I mean, there was something about a tattoo or a mole or something that wasn't there. But I just say that at the end of the day, watching that shit could get you locked up, and that's why I never seen it. Now, if I had watched it, if I was in high school and I had seen it, or if I had seen it at any point in time, I'd say I saw it, but I didn't see it though. I don't know.
Yeah, they said it was a grown woman and there was a female that looked like she was underage in that video. That's what they say. But they said it was more than one video though, so I never really figured this shit out my damn self. That was what 20 some years ago. Literally 20 some years ago. Because like I said, I was in high school. It had to be junior year, sophomore, junior year.
Mm-hmm. You better be careful what you do to me. I don't know,
2001,
man.
2002
I
era.
never really. I always used to just hear stuff, but I never was one to like get deep into the shit. Like nowadays, yeah, I need to see all the court cases. I'm trying to see all the evidence. Back in the day, I used to just hear stuff, and I was like, okay, so that's what they saying, and I
Yeah,
just
run with it.
go about my
Yeah,
life. Shit, that shit didn't have nothing to do with me.
yeah, then run with it.
But now, my whole thing is, motherfucker can't tell me, oh, this is the truth, and I take their word for it. Mm-mm. I mean, I never did that back in the day anyway, but I'm just saying, like, if it ain't the truth, it ain't the truth. And I ain't rocking with it if it is not.
Yeah, you got a profitable evidence be calling this shit the truth. Yeah. So truth be told, we back on this live. One more again. You know, we go live Tuesdays and Thursdays. What's up? What's up? What's up? Andre back
Yeah,
in the building.
you know how you push that back button, man, and
Yeah. And they're dropping.
you drop it.
Yeah, but shit, you gotta watch what you hear and shit and then speak on because you never know what's true or what's not true. And then the evidence, like I said, does nobody really know if that was him on that tape or not. Like I don't know.
Yeah, you never know, but
You never, yeah. Like I said, that was 20
sometimes sometimes people be clapping cheeks. You know what I'm saying?
years. Yes, sometimes they do.
I remember when I was in middle school, there was this girl named Jazz, and she was telling people that I had sex with her hanging from a tree. Like I guess maybe she was hanging from the tree or something. Like I really don't even know how it made sense, but I didn't argue
No,
with it.
oh,
I didn't
hell,
argue with it. Like She had her hands on some branches and I was tearing that ass up. Like, I don't know.
How the hell can that happen?
But I ran with it just because, like, she wasn't
Monkey,
ugly.
monkey style.
She wasn't ugly, so.
He said, "Fuck it, it happened. It happened. If you said it happened, I guess it did happen."
But also, as in recent times, I've had a motherfucker say that we got a baby together and we ain't never had sex ever. So I have the extreme of two people saying we had sex before that we ain't never had sex for. One of them, now, okay, after middle school, when I lived, was I in Copper Tree then? I think, I don't know if I lived in Copper Tree at the time, but I do know that we met. I don't know if it was you or me and somebody else had snuck into the pool in Copper Tree. But I think I was an adult at this time, man, and there was
That
two
wasn't me.
girls that we went to their crib, and I think one of them lived with some older dude, big heavy set guy or something. And we was over there under the guise of they was braiding hair, and they was braiding hair, but we was trying to clap cheeks. Um, but what the fuck is
Yeah, that wasn't me.
UPS delivering some more shit? So I don't know who it was, man. Maybe it was Jay. I don't know, man, but that was wild. But the girl did say that. I ain't even seen her on Facebook in recent years and recent times. It's a lot of people that I used to know that sometimes I go looking for them and I cannot find them on social media.
Yeah, I had an ex a long time ago. Her name was Shannon. And, I forgot how we stopped talking or whatever. This is like right out of high school. I think I was about 19 years old or whatever. And we stopped talking or whatever. I seen her like a year, maybe 2, 3 years later.
What's up, man?
What's up, buddy? Hey, I'm here to pick up.
Pick up what?
I have no idea. It's supposed to go to Amazon. I can show you the.
Hmm.
All right, Doug, I'm about to dip off real quick.
Yeah.
Let me go and find out.
Yeah. So basically, oh, so about this ex I had or whatever. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? So I was talking about this ex or whatever I had. This is kind of crazy. I seen her in like a year or two, maybe. I forgot where I seen her as at. But she like, hey Doug, how you doing? With this, with that. I'm like, I'm good. How you doing or whatever. So she say, so I heard you got a baby now. I'm like, shit. You tell me what you know. I ain't got no damn kids. Mind you, I'm about 21, 22 at the time. She gonna say, you got a baby? I'm like, nah, I ain't got no damn babies. 21, 22. I'm like, nah, I ain't got no kids. I'm like, well, shit, if I do got any kids or whatever, I would like to know about it. I'm like, who told you I got some kids? I'm like, no, I take care of mine. Even now, I got 3 now. Take care of my kids. So it is what it is. So to all you out there, whatever, if you feel like you got kids out there, wouldn't you want to know? So I know shit, I want to know. But I don't believe I got any out there. I got 3 that I know of. And if that was the fact of the matter is with that girl telling me she asked me, do I have a kid or whatever, that kid would have been grown by now. And all my kids are young. I got a teenager and babies. Teenager and 2 babies. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, is anybody watching? What do y'all feel about the rest of this Diddy shit going on? Now they got Orlando, whatever the hell his name is, dude from Major Pain talking shit now. Talking about Diddy gave him the Ushmash wash. Usha wash. That shit was funny. That little dude, silly. Little young dude. But he said, yeah, it happened. Said, did he turn him out? And all these damn allegations about all these damn celebrities. Never know. You don't know what's going on. I remember when I was little, they always talked about Hollywood and shit. They always called it Hollyweird. Yeah. Okay, my bad, y'all. Yeah, they always call it Hollyweird and shit. You always wonder about all these damn celebrities doing weird shit. You never know. Guess that's what it is.
All right, yeah, I'm back, man.
Yeah, I just been running, just rambling, just talking.
What Carlton talking? You see, Carlton
He's
said
talking about he running late as usual. He said he got work overtime tonight. But no, I was just running off at the mouth. I talked about a little story mode with one of my exes talking about they go ask me. I ain't seen her in years or whatever, like my early 20s before we started hanging, like probably about 22. I seen her or whatever. She go ask me, it's like, so you got kids now? This is even before I had Trey, even before I had my oldest son. She could say, so you got kids? And I'm like, no, I don't know where the hell you heard that. And I told her, I said, if I do got kids out there, I would like to know about it. Where you hear this shit from? Yeah, so story time that I was telling. And then I started talking about Orlando Brown.
So did she hear?
Huh?
Did she hear you had some kids?
No, I think she was just trying to get some information. Like I said, she was an ex. Yeah, I think she was trying to get some information. Then I started talking about all this silly shit going on. I was talking about Orlando, what's his name? Orlando Brown, it ain't Orlando Bloom, it's Orlando Brown, Major Pain boy. Somebody Diddy gave him the Ushash Muash. Like, they keep on bringing up shit about him.
Bro, I don't even believe. I think Orlando be playing a role, and he possibly could have been touched as a child actor. But I don't know, big dog.
You know, it might be a role he playing. I do believe that could, because I seen him in an interview not long ago. It just happened or whatever. This interview, he was talking like straight. You know, like all these past interviews that he's been talking in the past years or whatever, they've been trying to make it seem like he crazy or whatever. This dude was talking like how me and you talking right now, like straight, not no silly trying to be funny type shit. So a lot of stuff he might just be saying it for comedy. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But I'm learning. You got to make your money some kind of way.
Yeah.
So how many motherfuckers gonna ask him on interviews if he was talking regular, you know? But he runs a risk of getting sued or something. Like, that is a risk for defamation of character. But he's taking care of home. I mean, ain't nobody putting him in movies.
Yeah.
I think that would be a cool thing. I mean, he was on what, Bad Boys of California or some shit. House Husbands or some shit with Raz B. Yeah. And I just thought everybody on that show was homosexual or something.
I ain't never seen that show. I ain't heard about that show.
Yeah. And they was on there gang banging. Him and Raz B was about to fight, and A gay dude came to stand up for Orlando Brown, and I was trying to figure out like, are there any straight guys? I didn't watch the show like that, but from what I saw, like the trailers and um different things like that, was there any straight dudes on there? And I guess because I didn't really watch the show, I couldn't get a definite answer. But yeah,
Mm.
that's some things.
Ain't no telling because all the damn allegations about Raz B and the shit that Raz B came out and talked about and everything. Shoot, you don't know. You never know. Because that shit that he did went viral.
The question is it true?
Exactly.
What do you think about it?
I really can't. I don't know. I really can't. I don't know. I kind of believe that it was fake, just because I think he was mad that he wasn't getting that B2K money no more, and the Morion was getting all the money. So I think he probably came up with all those different allegations or whatever to say that because he was going broke and the Morion was getting richer. But I don't know. So I can't really, I wasn't there. So I don't know the allegations of what happened between him, Chris Stokes, and none of them.
So I'm gonna say I don't even know who Chris Stokes is.
He was
And
a
when I
man.
think, I know, but when I think about Chris Stokes, the only face that pop in my head for some reason is Irv Gotti, right?
He looked like Gotti. They look like.
But I don't know who Chris Stokes is, but I know who Marcus Houston is.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that he accused Marcus Houston also
Mm-hmm.
of doing something to him.
Well, you know, they said
So,
that he was doing something immature when they was kids also.
well,
That's what
that is the one thing that makes me feel like it could be relevant because um hurt people, as they say.
yeah.
What's up?
What's up, Black Bear?
My thing. Let me go back out. My thing is I can't hear y'all.
Yeah,
All right. What you saying out there?
change the name. Hurt people from what I heard. So if they was taught that kind of grooming shit when they was immature,
Yeah.
it would only be kind of natural that they would it would be commonplace. It would be their paradigm to do stuff to other people uh trying to come up. So somebody said that whatever they claiming Diddy did to people,
They said that he was done like that also as a child. That's what I heard, but I don't
yeah.
know about that.
Or maybe not as a child, but maybe in school, after college, or going trying to be under I forgot the label at that
Andre
time.
Harrell.
Andre Harrell, but I'm thinking about the actual label.
I don't know.
But
I don't see walking.
sometimes I think hurt people can hurt people, right? So just to think that it didn't happen, I don't know. Like, can it have happened and then somebody have a revelation and change their life? That's possible too. I mean, my man Marcus Houston seemed like something happened to him to me.
I believe so. I remember those rumors that they used to say about immature when we was kids.
Our last discussion, that guy that was on there, Kenny or whatever his name was, seemed like some Mexican hurt him the way he was coming.
Bruh, you ain't even got the right to talk about the last episode because your ass ran. when we was bringing out some
Andre,
information.
Andre, I'm a grown
We're
man.
not even.
Grown men know I have to make this point. Grown men, when they see, it's like we don't keep the baby.
No. A grown man ain't gonna run.
No, grown men, when they see,
a grown man
I'm
is
gonna let
gonna
you
face
talk because I'm grown.
a grown man is gonna face whatever the fuck it is, and then they gonna stand their ground against it. You stated your claim, and then when I brung out the information, you wanted to run. That ain't no grown man shit.
My thing
So
is,
I'm just gonna say let's leave what happened on the last episode, bro.
That's what I'm saying. The last episode.
But another thing
No,
is
the last episode is the last episode.
Hold up, I let Andre talk. Did I
you
not?
ran, bro. You ran.
No, Andre, did I not let you talk?
But listen, we
Man,
live
I'm not
right now.
Andre talk.
We're not talking about last episode,
the last
bro.
episode was the last episode. Listen, Carlson, we're not talking about the last episode.
You should have talked about that shit then. You shouldn't have ran.
I didn't run. I just saw
you ran.
Had a whole Zoom call or something to talk about it then. We live right now.
You ran.
No, I was just using that as an example.
No, you ran.
I didn't
bro.
run from nothing. I just realized it's futile for
you ran because you knew it was about to bring out.
Just because you read from the Zondervan Bible that's or
but
whatever
you
that
ran, it don't matter. Why did you?
But
you should have stood there and you should have argued your point then. You can't argue it now. It's over. We're talking about something else. How you feel about the TikTok ban?
They're gonna ban whatever on TikTok. You can't do nothing about it. They're gonna do whatever. The only thing
do you support it or not?
No, I don't care.
Why don't you support it?
Why don't I support it? I mean, because it's another way of them taking freedom of speech away in America. But if China is using that as a back door to spy on us, then take that shit away. Fuck them.
That is the main reason that they're saying the company could have sold it to an American-owned company or anybody else.
But at the same time, if it's made in China by China, why the fuck are they gonna let US bully them out of that? You feel me? Like, seriously, that's just like China come over here saying we want Microsoft or some of that. US don't give nothing up if they really want it. So why should China give it up?
But here's the thing, though. If it's all about the business, you about to make some money by selling it as a whole asset.
Right?
But if it was more just about, woo, like you can say, well, I want to sell that white stuff that comes from the cocoa plant. And America say you can't sell that shit over here. No matter how much you produce it, and they do sell it a lot of places. But America has been, even they say that there has been rumors that the government has been involved in distributing it.
Of course.
But on a larger scale, they're saying you can't do that over here.
Mm-hmm.
So that means you can't do it.
So what?
That means you can't do it.
They'll just go somewhere else. That's how it works.
But if Black Americans are the ones who give TikTok the most revenue and trending stuff, then I think that if I was a business owner, I would have sold it.
What about people from Africa and the diaspora of Africa, like Nigerians? What about them? There's a lot of them motherfuckers. I heard they're in every country around the world. That's all.
But we're talking about
but all the money comes from America.
All the money comes from America. And then you gotta think Africa is bigger than America times 10.
It's bigger, but our money is way longer than Africa's.
That's true. But if they let me ask you this. But if you're using euro triples our money. There's several economies in the Euro game. They're just going to take it to somewhere bigger than America.
Brother,
And
euro does not triple the dollar.
No, the dollar
It
is the
does.
biggest currency in the world.
No, the Euro is stronger than the U.S. currency. Let's look this up since you don't believe me.
Okay, well, you look it up, but we're going to stick with what you said. You said it triples the U.S. dollar.
I'm saying that it's worth more. That's
No,
what
you
I'm-
said, but you actually said it triples the U.S. dollar.
Euro versus the U.S. dollar.
The US dollar is the biggest currency in the world right now.
U.S.
There has been a point in time where the euro was a little bit, had a little bit more value. So I don't know where it's at right now, but I do know that it's not triple the American dollar.
Oh, okay.
The American dollar is a standard around the world. That's why BRICS is coming together trying to dismantle the U.S. dollar.
But there's several countries under the euro.
Well, bro, you just looked it up. What did it say?
I'm looking at the exchange rate.
Okay.
Euro equals $1.03 currently. U.S. dollar. How
So
much
it's
is
not
that?
triple. So it's not triple.
So it's 3 cents more than the dollar.
Basically, U.S. dollar equals $100 is $96.91 in Europe.
So that means the U.S. dollar is more than.
Yeah, the euro is more. What I'm saying is,
The euro is 3 cents.
$500 for
The euro,
the euro
you
is
just
only $484.
let's go back to the beginning. Your phone breaking up, bro. Let's go back to the beginning. He said 1 euro is worth $1.03 of the U.S. dollar. That's what he said.
I heard that.
So we got to start from the beginning. So going to say how it compounds, $1 million is worth 1.5 million in your. Like, let's start with the basics. That he said $1. A euro is worth $1.03, meaning it's not triple.
Yeah, you did say triple.
Just if we don't debate, what you call it? Stop riding on his coattail. What the hell? We gonna gang up on him, do. The hell? Grown man. We don't grown man shit. Get out of here with that.
What the fuck? Because you was muted, so I don't know what you was talking about. Who's riding on who coattails?
He said this. He said that. I'm like, the fuck?
But you said it. The fuck?
But what I'm saying is that the euro.
We are not shooting dice out here. We are not gambling. You cannot get mad. You can't get mad. You cannot get mad at Doug because he said that you said something that you said.
Man.
Now I've been shooting dice, right? And motherfucker was like, wasn't that the 7-4? Wasn't that 7? And I'd be like, 7. Niggas, Dre, you ain't even playing games. You ain't even playing, nigga. Why you talking? Like, if this was that kind of shit, if this was that kind of shit, then yeah, my nigga. But this ain't that kind of shit.
What I'm trying to say is
and that's when I was a teenager, because I would never be around anybody shooting dice as an adult. I don't care if it's my family.
All I know is there's no money, there's no currency above the dollar right now.
The euro is above the dollar.
Well, Doug, let me clarify what Doug is saying. There is no currency being used around the world that is more valuable than the dollar.
Okay, so you're saying the purchasing power of the euro is more than the dollar?
By 3 cents.
By 3 cents. 3 cents ain't shit.
But
how many? The question is, how many countries use the euro?
A lot, and you got to think all the other nations who don't want to use the dollar use the euro.
But everywhere use the dollar though.
Some
The
nations,
dollar
North
standard.
Korea,
You ever heard
China,
that?
Russia, they don't use that. They got their own.
Jamaica. They do use the dollar, bro.
Everywhere use the dollar.
All right. So $100 equals $96.91 euro. 500 US dollars equals 484.59 euro. 1,000 US dollars
Okay, so
only
hold
equals.
on. I need you to go back and say, hold on. I need you to go back and reiterate what you just said because what you're saying is the dollar is worth more,
That's
unless
what you
you're
think
reading it
it sound
wrong.
like.
No. What I'm saying is that the euro, when you convert it from US to euro, you lose money. You're losing money.
It's called
Meaning,
being taxed.
meaning you
Well,
have
then
to have more US
you should have said
dollars to equal
the
euro.
conversion. Well, okay, you should have said the conversion rate, and that's
Yeah.
cool. But you still gonna run into the countries who do not use the euro, and the U.S. dollar is more valuable in Africa and places like that, and Jamaica. They probably don't even have an exchange for that. If I went to Jamaica or Dominican Republic with some euros, they not gonna want that shit.
They'd rather have the dollar.
Hold up, though. You know, Russia, if we want to be technical, is taking over, and so it's China. So they use their currency too.
No, they're trying to push BRICS, if you know what that is.
Right. Which is China, Russia, and North Korea.
No, it's not.
The company.
It's Brazil, Russia, India,
Iran.
China, and I can't think what the South Africa. They're trying to come up with something to overthrow the dollar. But at the end of the day, right now, the dollar is going to be on top until there is a digital currency that the world can agree on.
And that shit will get hacked. That's the dangerous part.
Because if the euro was on top, they wouldn't be trying to overthrow the U.S. dollar.
What don't get hacked? Everything get hacked. The banks get hacked. The dollar been getting hacked since the beginning.
The dollar was hacked when people was pushing out counterfeits. The dollar was hacked when they was pushing out possible stimulus that we couldn't pay for and pushing inflation. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I'm just saying like the world is moving towards a digital currency no matter what.
Is that a good thing or bad thing for us?
It's gonna be a good thing.
Both. It's both actually. It's gonna be a lot of hackers that's easily to get to your digital currency, but it'll be good if you know what the fuck you're doing.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be.
So
I'm
we
gonna
got
say it's
digital
good.
already with the bank, lightweight.
I'm gonna say it is.
No.
That's what credit cards and all that's about.
Well,
But I'm gonna
credit
say
card.
it's good because my money should be equal. I'm going off of like if we lived in a Star Trek universe or something like that. Like my money should be equal in Africa as it is if I was in America or if I'm in India. Like I should have the same value possibly if our countries are pushing the same value in this global community. But it has to be a global economic system for that to happen. But like it, think about this. It used to only be the 13 colonies. And then we got 52 states right now.
Yeah.
Just think of how the world in itself is global, and eventually it has no other choice but to become a type 1 civilization. It can't always be separated. To be separated forever and ever and ever and ever is the thought process of racist people and low vibrating mentality people. my religion is this way, and I ain't gonna. Man, all that shit got to come to an end.
There has to be one way, eventually one, and that's why the big battle of Armageddon has to happen. Whatever way you believe, if it's a nuclear, a race war, or a spiritual war, or if it's all three put together.
The world in itself, just like COVID-19 was a test run. I shouldn't even say it like that. But something will unite the world together. That pandemic united the world. There will be other things that unite the world going forward. One thing in particular, whatever it is going to unite the world forever. Green energy. Like, I don't know what it would be.
Mm-hmm.
But I can guarantee you that just like my biggest dream is to get rid of the gangs. The biggest dream to get rid of the Crips and the Bloods and any other ones from my city to anybody else's city. Because it does nothing for our people.
Then we have to look at what is a gang, right? And we have to break it down. What's the number one thing? A gang provides jobs. We have to come up with
the gang does not provide
jobs. What gang provide jobs? What gang?
What do you do when you in a gang? The number one thing is they sell drugs, right?
It's not a job.
People use that to make money. Most of the time, a lot of stuff now is about money. So if you come up with a way as a mass of that anybody could get rich, then it would help. Until that.
But here's the thing, though. The jobs don't provide jobs. The gangs don't provide jobs. I just want to correct you there.
They do. If you in one of them hustling gangs, they give you a job, you get money together. That's a job. That's a business. It's a criminal enterprise, but it is what it is.
What the fuck is a definition of a job, bro?
Are you saying they don't work? They don't put no time in. They don't go out there and spend time.
You can put in work all you want. You can put in work all you want. You can pop heads off. You can do all of that. That is not a job.
It's not a legit job, but it's an entrepreneur type of way of making
it's
money.
Not, it's not an entrepreneur way, bro.
The United States government.
Really?
The world don't look at
anybody who was indebted to a gang, it can be looked at as being
makes it, sells it, produces it, whatever.
Slavery. You are a slave to the gang. Blood in, blood out in most things. You know about that, right, Vato?
Of course I know about blood in. It's called sangre por sangre.
Okay. So you know about that kind of stuff, right?
Of course I do.
That's not a job.
15 years ago.
So if the way I would think about it is what I would rather do than to have some people out here doing this and doing that. How about I go out here and get these government contracts, right? And then I actually employ the young people in the neighborhood. You see what I'm saying?
Right. The only problem with that is
that's the job.
You have to meet their criteria, and when you first come up, that's hard.
You can't because you can't save everybody. You're not going to be able to save everybody.
I'm talking about getting a government contract. You got to make sure that stuff. We're dealing with the feds. They want their
bro. It don't. If as long as you get all your ducks in a row, and you get the contract, that we're not even worried about all that. If you get the contract, that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay. So if you got the contract,
I can guarantee you can go and get a government contract tomorrow. If you had your ducks in a row. It ain't got nothing to do with whatever you were saying. The point that I'm saying is because there's more than one government contract. So let's say I don't get this one, but then I might get one worth $2 million. The point is, who am I hiring to do these jobs?
But isn't there the government contract has criteria that you have to go by also to make them
The-
happy, or they'll pull the funding or the contract away
This
from you?
it just depends on what it is. Like you
Right,
can have
and
a
they
felony, you can have a felony and be this, and then come into this VA hospital. No, you ain't gonna be able to do that. But
right.
if I need you on a construction site
Mm-hmm.
and you are an apprentice or you're a this, come on, man. What?
Right, but that's why I mean certain things. There's certain standards that everybody got to meet, or else you won't be able to do certain projects. I'm not saying
But you would already know that ahead of time. And
mm-hmm.
you would already know who you can have on this site. And it's not like most government contractors only got one project going on. So I might have a security gig, I might have an IT gig, I might have a construction gig, all up under the same umbrella of my government contracting business. So just because I might not be able to have people with a history work at the VA, they can clean up on the side of the highway. Don't you see them cleaning up on the side of the highway, cutting
Yeah,
grass and shit? That's
usually
government
those are
contractors.
prisoners.
No,
A lot of those are prisoners, man.
there are government contracts.
Right.
And if they are prisoners, that's because that prison is a private prison and they had bid for that government contract. And that's why the prisoners are out there cleaning up. So, what you got to say about that?
Depends on which prison, because I know state has a lot of contracts too that you get through the state. And I just was working doing overtime with it,
They
part
are
of whatever
government
contract.
contracts, bro.
Right. Which the state has a lot of them too, not just the feds. The state
The
has them
state
too.
has government contracts too, state contracts. I know about all of that, bro.
Right. And now if you could get some of them on those type of sites that you can't do federal, but because no, a state will hire people that are convicts a lot. They mess with convicts more than the feds will. So that's another route around that one. You just
End
can't
of the
bring
day, you can 1099 anybody and pay them.
right.
They
And
got
then I
niggas.
was
They got niggas in California fighting fires, risking their life to put out the fires in California. These are prisoners, and they're paying them $1 an hour.
and somebody making big cash off that. While they find this fire, some fat white politician somewhere sitting in the thing making all that money,
They
sending
have
them out.
the ability to change it to $5 an hour, and then they put that shit on hold to the point where nah, not yet. Or if it was me, and I don't give a fuck, I would feel like it's only fair. They risking their lives. Get them boys $10 to $15 an hour. Let them eat good in commissary. Let them eat good. Because when it boils down to it, yes, under the 13th Amendment, they are technically what?
It's a slave or indentured. Well, no,
No,
it's a
no,
slave.
no. You
Indentured
said
slave.
it. You said it right the first time. Don't play. Don't play the
Yeah, it's a
word
slave.
games, man.
It's a slave.
You're not gonna play the word
No,
game.
no, no. It's a slave. That's what, because slavery's not over. It's an institutional slavery that's still around. It never left. It just changed its face. That's it. And there's even a movie on Facebook. Somebody said y'all on. Is that Dooner? Yeah, we're on. Let me text them back and say yeah, we're on.
32. 32.
Okay. So yeah, that's crazy though, man. Like,
But
Did he freeze?
yeah. So
Did he freeze? Oh, nah, there you
me,
go.
me now. I was texting back in the chat.
Nah,
I ain't
Carlton was
gonna.
talking. I thought he froze.
I did, but I popped back in after I text. I was like, come on.
What the fuck does this say? I am C Walk It.
Yep.
I noticed it earlier, but I ain't saying nothing about it.
You walk it like you talk it. Walk it like I talk it.
Like you talking.
I was like, is that a T or R?
It's a T.
It's a T.
It's a T, bro. It's time to go get some glasses. It's all right, man.
Lady T.
He said he got that for Lady T.
Y'all stupid. Yeah, man, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. This show pushes me to do better for other shows. I tell you that, man. Yeah, this makes me do. Yeah, because I saw y'all. We getting up there.
Yeah, we hit a number.
If I don't go down to Clarksdale, Mississippi for my birthday, we could do another RTR live this time. Listen, as soon as y'all get there, I'm gonna have pizza. I'm gonna have a podcast set up with y'all jumping in there.
Another one.
Ain't going nowhere in Mississippi.
I'm going down in Mississippi, Clarksdale.
And they say Clarksdale, Mississippi.
You don't even know nothing about Clarksdale, boy.
I mean, Clarksdale might be safe. My people from Oxford, Mississippi.
It goes down. What you call it?
My place is the capital of the racism.
No. There's niggas in Clarksdale. I did my research and stuff like that.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't know shit about Mississippi. I ain't going there.
See, that's the reason. That's where your ancestors are from. You probably got some ancestors in the mountains. Then me and Andre are gonna go dig up at nighttime.
Y'all people from where?
What?
You're probably from all over, man. You just don't know. Family got
moved. On. Doug said what?
Huh?
Because the question I'm asking is because we know about the Great Migration, right? So, Doug, you got two parents, right?
Yeah.
Where your mom people from?
West Virginia.
Where your dad people from?
Missouri.
I'm about to say, you better not say West Virginia.
Nah, Missouri. No, I'm going to say Missouri.
You know, it wasn't
on Mississippi.
It was in between the slave masters and in between the migration patterns.
But Missouri is still,
to be real,
Missouri is still
all around the original United States.
I know, but I'm just going with, I want to talk about your direct ancestors though. So Missouri is, for me, it's still like Midwest.
Right, but they try to say they country. If you ever hear Missouri,
where did your people come from in the South? Because I can see the Great Migration. My people left Mississippi. I had some that left Tennessee. My mama's side left Tennessee, and some was in Kentucky and all that. But the Great Migration means that Black people left the South in big numbers.
Hold up, I got a number in here from this book right here. It's called Black Indian Genealogy, and it has a number of how many Black folks left. It's an ideal number. It may not be, it said.
Well, I'm talking about Doug's people.
But as far as my history, as far as like both sides of my family and my history, they never talked about any of us being from the South. It's always from Midwest or East.
But that can't be true.
Right. They just don't know. Let's keep it real. A lot of our people
no.
Or it could have been that you can't say.
They know. But here's the thing though, Doug, you got ancestry. You have that thing, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever go back and look at where the people were born at? Did you ever look at the birth certificates and the death certificates? Or did you just do the DNA?
I went back and looked at certain family members stuff or whatever, but I didn't get too deep into that.
For me, the DNA is okay, But for me, I wanted to trace my genealogy because it didn't matter what somebody was saying to me. I wanted to see exactly where my people came from. And I know the majority of one half of my family is still in Mississippi. Uh, I got very few relatives in Indianapolis. I probably got more people that I made living in Indianapolis. Nah, that ain't all the way true, but shit,
A lot of my black folks are still in Chicago. They left Mississippi, went to Chicago.
they went straight to Chicago.
Chicago, yeah, and then from Chicago they came to Indiana. They broke off and came to Indiana. On my
So
dad's side.
I really want to do a documentary, and I don't care if one of y'all steal this idea or somebody watching it
We could
steals it.
collaborate.
I want to do a documentary about the Great Migration.
That's what I thought about too. After we go to the
And
South,
because it's so important, because a lot of us think that our ancestors have always been in Indiana or Missouri or Gary or any of these things, and we don't know where great grandma came from, where great grandpa came from,
Or great.
great so my father's mama's mama, although she was in Milwaukee my whole life, they came from Mississippi. I asked my great uncle, he's the youngest. I think he is the youngest of all of them. When we was in Mississippi, I said, "Well, what made people go to Wisconsin versus Indiana? Like, what was the difference? Like, half of the kids went to probably more of them went to Milwaukee than they came because it was like 12 or 13 of them, man. I ain't gonna lie to you." He said, "Well, I was a little kid. I didn't have no choice on which way to go." He said, "But it was this thing called the Great Migration." And that was the first time that I had even thought about that thing where it sparked something into my mind. I was like, what the fuck is the Great Migration? But that's when all the black people left the South. And you
can
had
I
them they went to California. They went all over the map. And I said, well, what happened? He was like, they went looking for jobs. They went looking for this. And some of us, we just don't know where our roots are. So we can say anything Midwest, though, is what no. There were some slaves here in the
yeah, I
Midwest
read about
at
that in
some
Orange
point, at
County.
certain point in time. There may have been some free people, freedmen's, because we
Mhm.
got to deal with the freedmen's too.
Yeah, free men just means that you were what you call emancipated from the slave master. I got it right here on chapter
And
38.
then you still have people who was free, period, and they was not free men.
They was already free. They have freedom papers to move about, like licenses.
So they was always free.
Right. They say it's estimated about 10,000 of these immigrants were black from the deep south. 10,000 that went to Oklahoma territory. So, Doug, maybe some of your family must have came from the deep south and went to Missouri instead of Oklahoma.
Now my people came from Canada.
From Canada.
I'm joking.
Bro, they ran to Canada of Ontario.
You came from Canada.
It's cold as heck. I went to a city. It's called St. Catharines. It's
Ain't too many
all-black
motherfuckers
settlement
went to
in
Canada and then came back to America. They over there speaking French right now.
Not Ontario is the English
Really
speaking
good.
area. Quebec is the French part of it.
I
Where
said
black
Canada.
most black folks went to was English.
I didn't say what I can't think of what they called, not boroughs, but I didn't say what area. I said they went to Canada.
Right.
What do they
Yeah.
have? What do they call it in Canada? What is it called?
Provinces, different
Province.
states. Yeah, they're called province. So Ontario's one province. Now Nova Scotia is a strong black population because they did try to start slavery, but it was too damn cold, so they stopped doing slavery up there. And then some of the
Well,
blacks
I
who
had always heard Nova Scotia was a place that uh when the war was over, they was
the Revolutionary War,
they create no before revolutionary.
the French and Indian.
They asked the black people to fight. And
Yeah,
then
that
they
was
went.
the
They took them. It's like we're gonna create these colonies in Nova Scotia,
right.
and they
That was
took
the
them over there.
loyalists. Those were loyalist black people who fought for the British.
Was it Britain? British?
Yeah, it was British. British
Yeah,
freed their slaves
yeah.
before United States did, so that's why they were fighting over the taxes. Because they was
Truth
like,
be told,
yeah,
truth be
everybody
told.
freed their blacks before United States did. U.S. was the last major
Well,
country that did.
they gave them a certain freedom based on the fact if you and not all of them got freedom, but if you help us fight. But
I
when
actually
they
got a
lost, they sent them to places like left them in places like Nova Scotia. I think it was a movie I watched a couple years ago
no,
about that.
they actually gave them some people land, but they couldn't own the land until recently in the 90s. I actually got a friend, and they had to intermarried with Micmac. There are a lot of the black people have, because the places that they put the black people were the same areas as the Micmac. So they had to learn how to coexist with them up there, and they intermarried with them over there. I got a friend who could talk more about that. Her bring up. She knows the history and all of that. She has a PhD or something. No. She has a master's in history. And
And
she
what?
does a lot of stuff. History, business,
Of Micmac?
And Micmac, no. Does she speak Micmac? No. Is she a registered Micmac? Yes. Is she? Does she?
I'm
Was she
saying
fighting?
it's her degree in the history of Micmac.
No, her people
Oh,
are
okay.
her father. Her father's a black Micmac.
I just didn't know what you were trying to say. Like,
No, what I'm saying is she knows about the history because she's from that region, Nova Scotia. So she lives up there. She's a real good friend of mine. So she was telling me about it and stuff like that, more in depth and stuff like that. But some black people come from the islands also, like Jamaica. They imported a lot of Jamaicans up there to do slave work at first, but it didn't work out. It was too cold for them.
so who was imported into Jamaica?
I don't know. You tell me, Andre, Mr. Teacher.
I'm asking you though. So how did the people get in Jamaica to be imported out of Jamaica? Deported out of Jamaica and imported into different places. Where did those
The
people come
British.
from?
Huh?
Where did those people come from?
A lot. Okay, now there are some people who claim that they're Carib. Some people say
No.
that
I'm
they're
asking you. I ain't saying what people claim. I'm asking you. Who was originally in Jamaica?
There's 3 different groups that were there. You got the Tainos, you got the Arawaks, and you got the Caribs that were all there, but they had different names that they called themselves.
So I'm asking you. Let me go back and ask you this again.
It wasn't just actually. It's not called Jamaica. It's called Jamaica. That's the real name.
Who was imported
Jamaica.
into
It was
Jamaica?
Tainos. It was Taino Indians that were there in Jamaica.
What do they look
And
like?
Carib people.
What do the
They were
Tainos
dark-skinned
look like?
natives. They were dark-skinned natives.
So they wasn't the red man?
Andre, there's various shades to this.
No, I'm
Here we
asking
go.
you, was they the
Here we
red
go.
man?
Yeah,
I'm
there was different shades of them. Like seriously, there was
I'm
red,
asking you that
there
because I
was
just wanted to
brown,
see
there was
why.
they
I
were
just wanted
red
to
people
know.
there.
I just wanted to know if they were Taino or whatever. Why we don't see the red man there today?
They are there. They intermarried. They
Oh my
intermarried
God!
with
And
the
then what
West
happened?
African slaves that were brought there. The Ashantis from Ghana were brought over there. They know their history.
So we
from
do
the
know that
islands.
Jamaica had one of the biggest African influxes when it came to slavery, right?
Right.
And we know they have a big African influence. But we also know that the people that was here was taken over there. And that's why some of those people still look like us.
You don't, but it's all mixed together at this point.
They are still mixed together.
Right.
But most
So
of the
it's
slaves came from the Americas, North America.
yeah, like some did, but those populations intermarried with the people already there. And then other populations died from disease also. You gotta remember
But
that.
not a lot.
No,
They
a
said
lot.
that.
No,
But they
no, a
said
lot of natives died from
they
European
said
diseases.
they said that. They said that, but that don't necessarily mean it's true.
Look at how many we were just talking about that thing that starts with a C and ends with the coat. How it knocked off a lot of
What?
people.
Yeah, he tripping, but I know what
Right.
he
It
talking
didn't kill
about.
it didn't unalive everybody, but it knocked off a lot of people. So that's what I'm trying to say. Don't act dumb now. Don't
Bro,
act like Columbus was coming over here smelling like Jacques Cousteau's perfume. Them Europeans
but
were
at the
nasty.
but
At
at
that
the end of
time,
the
they
day,
didn't wash for days. And they
and
were
that might and
spreading syphilis,
and that
gonorrhea,
might and that might
herpes.
be true. And that might be true.
They was
But at
throwing
the
that
end of the
ass
day,
back, giving them
we
the clap.
also know that motherfuckers didn't take out everybody.
No, they didn't take out everybody. What I'm gonna say is this: everybody's mixed up, and it's so important. I'm gonna keep it real, and I ain't gonna say who's who because it's not fair. Just like dude tried to tear me apart, and he didn't even know me from Adam. He never saw my sister. He never saw my mom, and I kept telling him, "You don't know
But
me."
he was right
I
though. But looking at you, bro, you do look like a black
yeah, I don't
American.
care, but just because of that, you don't know me, so you can't judge me on my skin. You have to know families. What do I say? I'd be like, "Who's your mom? Who's your dad? Let me see one of your ancestors. Let me see your
You asked everybody that?
huh?
You
Yeah,
asked everybody that?
I don't ever be like, I want to know who your family is. To be fair, you always ask people who's your family.
I just
When
don't.
I
I
live,
think like when you ask
Sometimes
somebody
they
that,
come off disrespectful though. Why would you just ask
but
everybody
it's
that?
yeah,
not. It's
I
not.
think
It's not. Let me tell
I
you
think it's
why. Because
disrespectful only
I'm trying
because
to figure out, are you
you
my
asked me
kinfolk?
when you asked me some shit like, okay, so you said your ancestors were Choctaws in Mississippi or Chickasaw.
Mm-hmm.
How
I'm
can
trying to
you
find
prove
my
that?
connection.
Like if you tell me some shit like that, then automatically you trying to disprove who I am.
I don't do none of that. I don't do none of that because I went through that. So I don't really do that unless somebody's trying to be an asshole. Now, and that when I listen back, I should have got him and be like, "Oh, you really Cherokee, or are you from North Carolina, or are you from?"
You know he
No,
gonna
no, no,
pull
no.
up
Hold
in a
this up.
minute.
No, because if he's really Cherokee, you could go on the Baker Rolls and you could find your ancestor,
Not every,
Andre.
but you know
And
for a
no,
fact,
no,
not
no, no, no.
everybody.
I don't care.
But you
But I
know
don't care.
for a
You're gonna
fact.
find either. You're
But
either
you
gonna find
know
your
for a
family
fact.
name,
You know for a fact. Not everybody signed up on the
but
rolls.
not. But you'll have a cousin, an auntie, or an uncle, somebody
Who the
related
fuck?
to you.
Look, okay.
What
Let
do
me
you
ask you
call it?
this question: when you originally do your genealogy searches, are you initially searching for cousins and third cousins or fifth cousins, or are you searching for direct descendants, direct ancestors? What are you
Lady T
searching
in
for?
the
Both,
building.
both of them pop out. But if
No,
what I'm
I'm
trying to say,
asking you
perfect example.
when you first
You're
do
looking
your
for when you first listen.
Carlton, when you first
Yeah,
do your research, what are you looking for?
you're looking for your mother, your grandmother, your great. Right. But what
So
I'm
I
trying to
said
tell you,
direct,
right. But as time goes on,
and
if you really
then
from those
and
people,
then if you're gonna try to do the branch out, that is the point where you need to hire somebody to see who your third, fourth removed
but they might
cousin.
not even know. They might
I
not
didn't,
even find it.
but they can research. You can hire somebody to research genealogical lines that might come to you.
Right. Right. But check this out though. When I did mine, I found one of my ancestors on the Mississippi Choctaw Road over there in Oklahoma. And then when I did the DNA just for the hell of it, I didn't even want
a possible ancestor.
But still the last name. That means that somebody's related. The DNA popped up 1% indigenous American.
But there's so many people with these same last names.
What I'm trying to say is that
a lot of times
somebody is related.
These last
so many people with last names.
It's this. But what I'm trying to say, regardless, is that we're all black in here, right? So that means that regardless, the 1% and 2% should pop up. Because it popped up for me. And I'm my ancestor directly. My great grandmother was from the South. And she's and that what you call it. Then maybe people not.
So
maybe
who's the one? You said the 1% that popped up for you is who?
That's on my dad's side. Now my mom's side, that's 19%.
So you saying that 1% that popped up? You saying this is your grandma?
It could be, or it could be an older ancestor. I'm thinking no, that's like 5 or 6 great grandmothers.
But you don't know. But you don't know.
Yeah, but all I'm trying to say is that if you're really who you say you are, there's going to be some traces. You know, 1%.
You don't know.
Hey, you're going to laugh at this, though. But the funny thing is, though, everything that I ever claimed.
Here's the biggest funny thing for me about the Mormons who even run the ancestry DNA test or any of that kind of stuff.
Hold up. Mormons have a separate thing called family
you don't know.
search.
You don't know what you're talking about. But the ones who run this, bro, why haven't they put Black Americans as a case like our DNA as to see who the fuck who could be linked to us?
We're mixed with so many different things.
But let me tell you why. That's bullshit. What about Liberia? Bullshit. If I was from Liberia, guess what I would want to know?
Why do you always say Liberia when the Liberians?
But I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question. If I was from Liberia, what would I want to know?
Were you related to Black Americans? But check this out.
And if I was from Sierra, hold on. If I was from Sierra Leone, because you think I'm just talking about one place. If I was from Sierra Leone, what would I want to know?
Man, you using this Dan Keller.
But I'm asking you a question. If I was from Sierra Leone,
let me ask you this. Okay, let's take this. The slave trade happened like this. They brought us over here from West Africa.
They didn't bring me or my people over here.
Listen. This is
they didn't bring me or my people over here from nowhere. My people
was already here.
Okay, what's that DNA tell you?
We was already. They brought Africans over here.
You guys don't have no database to say that.
Our people was already here.
My people was already here. I ain't messing around with you.
Okay, I'll say this.
I ain't messing around with you.
I'll say this. I would say this.
You don't call Japanese people Africans. You don't call
we're not even
Chinese
talking
people
about
Africans.
I'm talking about your current ancestor, like your great.
My current ancestors are from here. What are you talking about?
Already here.
No, I'm talking about the ones that was enslaved. And you know what? The sad part
they was from here.
No,
they was from here.
Eventually you're going to run into an African ancestor.
We ain't got no proof of no African ancestors.
You can't prove.
You can't prove.
This is the delusion.
Can you prove that any of your ancestors are from Africa?
And keep it moving.
Can you prove that any of your ancestors are from Africa?
I would say this: some were.
Do you got history? Do you got documentation?
53%. Yes. Somewhere along the line, there's quite a few African ancestors because we look like the motherfuckers.
We don't look like Africans.
Yes, we do. See, that's where you're in denial about.
You look like an African.
I do, and you know,
you don't.
At the same time,
you do not look like African.
I still have
Africa. Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is that some of my
Lady, hold
ancestors
on.
are from Africa,
Lady,
and I have
go
nothing.
ahead. Lady
I'm
T.
not ashamed of that.
Lady T,
Unlike
T.
these people who look like
What you
fools
saying?
now,
we
it's
don't
this.
look
I
nothing
have
like Africans.
African ancestry.
Lady
I
T,
have
what you
Native
saying?
ancestry mixed with my African ancestry, and they both make me who I am today. And that's why
Lady
I'm
T.
brown. And then on
Lady
top
T.
of that,
I'm trying to talk, but Carlton keeps talking over me, so I'm not even.
oh my bad.
What you
Go
say?
ahead.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
was really just trying to figure out what he was saying, because it sounded like to me he was saying that just because we look like we're from Africa, that our ancestors was from Africa. Like, is that what you're indicating right now?
Hold on, Carlton. I muted you because she was trying to talk. Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead, Carlton. Talk.
Go ahead.
Say something. Why you mute yourself? Unmute
I
yourself.
thought Lady T was gonna talk. What I was
No,
saying
I
was
was
like,
telling you to talk.
what I'm trying to tell you is this. Not all of our ancestors, because we look at the Pequot, we look at the Wampanoag, we look at the Narragansett. Yeah, there were Black indigenous people, but you would live in those regions. Just like I know for sure I got Choctaw Chickasaw ancestry because of the location and where my family. At the same time, I'm not going to deny my African ancestry. That's ludicrous. 53% popped up from West Africa. 1% popped up indigenous American. Most of my indigenous blood is from Mexico. I have no shame in none of that. But when you follow this Aboriginal, it makes you look like a fool, and everybody looking like, where the fuck you come from? Yes, there was some, but not all. Let's keep it real, and let's keep it walking truth and honesty. Y'all got Spaniard ancestry. I know that from the Mexican.
So in
It's
my
only
DNA,
small.
my
Yeah,
Spaniards. Hold on.
it's a small amount. It's
Okay,
13.
let
What
so
we
let's
call it. But I'm
let me
talking
say
about me
something real
though.
quick. Let me say something real quick because you've been talking for a minute. I ain't had no Spaniard DNA pop up on my shit. Period. Right
Are you? But it's
now,
your
hold
family
on.
Mexican.
But hold on. You ain't gotta mute him, Doug. Let him bring. So even with all that being said, we know millions of Africans did not come to North America. Is that right or is that wrong?
That's not true. They
I
did,
said
but not all
millions.
survived.
I said
Millions did
millions.
come, but they didn't survive.
Look,
But you got to
bro, I'm
remember
not
something.
asking if they
People
survived or not. I'm not.
repopulated.
Look, Carlton, come on, man. I'm asking. I'm not. I'm asking.
You know what?
Hold
Are you going
hold on, man. You don't know how to have a dialogue because I asked you a question, a simple question, so that then I can carry on with what I was saying. Did millions of Africans come to North America as slaves? I don't give a fuck if they died. They took them from there,
You
but they
okay?
died
Okay.
in the
When you're
middle
talking
passage.
about this,
I'm not
are we
asking that.
who's the slave master? Are we talking about the? Are we talking about
I'm
the Spaniards?
asking did millions of Africans.
No. We got to do this because you never include the Spanish. You never include the Portuguese. You never include the French that predate the English.
It
that were
still was
enslaving
not
our people.
millions. But it still wasn't
You don't
millions.
know because in the Spanish world they were smuggling
Bro,
in a lot of slaves
but
that
they
did
still
not.
could not put millions, hundreds of people on the bottom of cargo ships.
It wasn't in
slave ships never existed.
You don't know how massive these ships were. You weren't there. And like
Bro,
I said
we
before,
know
you are
what
only
the
going off of this.
we know what the technology was though. We can map the technology based on the years.
I want to find out when was it?
I feel like
when was it?
It don't matter what you feel.
Today,
I asked you.
Yes,
I asked you a
believe
particular
that, but
question.
All of them survived? No.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Let me ask you this. Based on the fact that slave ships never existed, until
that's the disillusion.
Hold on, but I haven't finished. I didn't finish. Slave ships, the way that we saw the diagrams, never existed until close to the end of slavery. There was
Wrong,
nobody
wrong,
packing.
wrong, wrong. No,
There was
Christopher
nobody
Columbus had
packing.
slave ships.
There was nobody packing hundreds of slaves in the bottom of cargo ships, and they had to have food for themselves. They had to have food for all the slaves. They had to have. I don't know what you know about the medical field, but how many people can lay on their back in the bottom of a ship where people are shitting and pissing and survive with all that
A lot
ammonia?
of them died. Didn't you hear about where they would throw them off the
Okay,
slave?
so if all of them,
what
a
you
lot
call
of people died, how do you get? We already know that millions didn't
it?
land here
People
in North America.
repopulate. People repopulate. They have
So how
babies.
much?
Andre.
So let me ask you this: how much fucking do you got to do to turn 2,000 people into 10 million?
A lot. You have to, but over the time, a population can explode. We see it
But
with the
I'm going to
Mexican
tell you what your theory is
we
wrong
see
is
it with
that
the Latin
this is,
population in the
but
United
your
States.
theory is wrong because the life expectancy of a slave
But you are given modern numbers.
was
You weren't
18.
there.
There's not. This is what they
Okay,
said back
but
then.
then not people have babies at young ages back then.
The life expectancy of a slave was 18 to
Don't mean
26 years old.
man, there were old slaves. Oh my God, there were old slaves that surpassed
They
that
had some
numbers.
old women. They wasn't busting it open. They was cooking.
What I'm trying to say is that they would have had a lot of babies during the time period.
Okay,
They
my
were
question
making
is,
Bro,
babies. Don't you know that black
they
people
was
have a
there's
good
no
high fertility rate?
amount of fucking that's gonna turn 92,000 slaves that they said came off of the ships. Documented.
Okay, that's okay.
Hold
That
on,
is only
hold on.
one
But
area.
hold on.
You're
Let's just
talking
say
about under
the documented
that, but you
slaves,
forget that the
92,
Spaniards had slaves
98,000
down there.
slaves come off, and then boom, in 100 years, now they a million.
okay,
Get the
Because
fuck
where
it
does
out of
it
takes
here,
a
say
bro.
there
long
was
time
other
to make.
Get the
Yeah,
fuck
nationalities
out of
man,
here.
don't you
enslaved
know the populations
on them
can
boats?
grow, Andre?
Get the fuck
You're
out of
being
here, bro.
ridiculous.
Hold on,
Just
on them
because
ships.
you
I'm going
want to
off
prove
of
a point.
common sense.
So you
No,
saying
listen.
it was
At the end of the
Spanish
day,
slaves on them
at
ships
the
too?
end of the day, listen.
You know,
Y'all have
ain't
some
no
African
millions of
blood
people coming
running
from
through
those
y'all, and y'all in
98,000
denial.
slaves.
Right.
You
It's
know
just
that.
that let's just keep it real. We can't
Black,
find the
we was
documents
already
because what you call it.
here. The
There was
documentation says
some,
we was already
but not
here.
all.
All the other countries say that we was already here. When they paint what the
But is your
indigenous people
family
look
part
like,
of those
they
people?
say,
It's my
yep,
question.
they are. I'm from the
No,
southeast.
you're not,
Yes,
because the area
my
that they
people from the
found, what you
southeast.
call it?
My people are
That
not
don't
from
mean all your
Missouri.
family's
My
from the
people are not
southeast.
from California. None of that. All my people are from the southeast. Now what?
No, what's that mean? Don't mean they wasn't transplanted there from this Atlantic slave trade in between the Spanish, the Portuguese, the French, the
Slave
English.
trade was from one part of the Americas to another part of Americas. Do I gotta prove
No,
that
it
again, or
wasn't. Yeah,
then
yeah.
you go? Are
I
you
would
gonna
say
get
this.
off?
I
Are
would
you
say
gonna get
with
off?
them
If I
natives.
prove it, are you gonna get off the? You gonna get off the call again? You gonna run again?
No, but my
Before
phone is
you
being
leave,
red.
I
I
got a
don't need to
You
question.
gonna
run.
run
I just
again?
what
I
do you
know you
call it?
gonna run again,
No.
bro.
When was
I'm
there?
not
When
even gonna
was there?
fuck with
My point is this though.
you. You
Everybody
gonna run
who's an
again, so your
Aboriginal
point is
is in
mute.
denial of their
When
African blood.
was
That's
it
Your
pretty
point
sad.
stated
is
that it
mute.
was Hispanics on the slave boats?
What I'm trying to tell you is this,
There was
man.
not Hispanics
There
on the
were a
slave
lot of
boats.
things that
Your
happened
point is
that was
mute.
not documented, right? They
There
would
was
Just
have
like
not
to pay a
Hispanics on
Caucasian,
the
tax,
slave boats.
like
and if they
Caucasian
didn't,
slavery, right? We didn't talk about that over the last 150 years. A lot of people did not know that the Irish were
yeah, the
slaves, and a
Irish
lot of
were
people did
mixed with
not
our
know.
people.
We did
That the
not know
Irish
that
women were taken
slavery.
away and mixed with us. That's why a lot of black people, including myself, I got 1% Irish ancestry.
That was your slave master clapping the cheeks of your grandmama.
No, you
But
don't know that.
at the
You
end
don't
of the
know if
day,
that woman. No, you don't know if that woman was the ones that they try
they
to get
they
rid of
stopped.
with black
They
people. You don't
stopped.
know. You
They
don't know that.
stopped. Look, they stopped black people from owning white people a long time ago.
Black people, if you had status, can own anything, money, power.
That
If you're
is
part of the
not the.
elitists, you
Is
don't
that
know
what
Andre.
you were? I
Andre,
thought
you
you was.
weren't there.
I thought you was a historian.
Andre, well, I'm trying to there's
No, but hold
reality
on. I
to the
thought you
movie.
was a historian.
I am, but what I'm trying to tell
So
you
if
is
you
that
was a
even though,
historian, then you would know that there was a motherfucking act that was passed that a black person could not own a Christian anymore.
but you know what that means is that at one point in time, black people did own white people.
Bro, they did own them
Okay, then, but you act like that never
in the
existed.
past. But the question
Then
that
that
I would
means that
have for you, the
and let's keep
question
it real.
the question that I would have for you is, how the fuck could a black person own a white person in deep
Okay, let's
slavery
take
times?
that back. We just said the Irish were the first indentured servants or whatever.
I did not say they was the first indentured
Yeah, they're
servants.
the indentured
I
servants.
didn't
Let's
say
keep
that.
it real. Okay. Remember this.
I asked
England.
you,
No,
how could a black
we're gonna get
person,
to this.
how could a black person who was brought
Can
here as
I
an
explain it?
African,
Okay, I'm
how
about
could
to
a black
explain it.
person, how could a black person who was brought here as a slave, deep in slavery times, own white people who they claim to be
Okay.
Christian when they changed the law?
All right, check this out.
They said that
Anthony
black people
Johnson.
can't own white people
Anthony
no more.
Johnson was the first black slave owner in America. He became super filthy wealthy. America was the dumping ground for the English to get rid of the unwanted white people, unwanted
I
English,
understand that.
Irish, Scots. They sent
The
them over here.
unfavorables.
They were the so it's like trash, like a whole bunch of trailer park that they just dumped in America, right? And if they were at that slave auction and that slave bought his freedom, and there would happen to be a white slave and he was cool with them white other ones, bow, there you go. Simple. And he did buy his freedom, and that's why you got to look up black slave owners. In fact, I'm about to name some black slave owners.
At the end of the day, you did not disprove what I said. There came a point in time where they said that no black person could own a Christian, which means was a white person. That meant that there was free people of color in the midst, in the heat of the slave trade.
Black slave masters.
You know what I'm saying is true, man. You know, I don't even know why you be trying to argue.
Because
you like to
there's
argue.
Always what you call it.
You like to argue. But at the end of the day, I learned. I ain't gonna lie. I had just learned this within the last 1 to 2 years, maybe 2 to 3 years. That because the book was written by a white man. It said something about Irish slaves, and I'd had to learn more and more about that kind of stuff that I didn't even know was existed because
Irish
they
guy
didn't
told me
teach
about
us that. They never taught us about that kind of stuff. So that pulls the whole reparations argument crucial. When it's like, well,
then we have
was
to
a
say
slave?
that we suffered more than them because they bought their freedom, and you could say that the Irish
their history is hidden. They was running away. Their slave history, you are never gonna find it.
No, we know about it. It's the white. They know about it. They'll tell you that we were slaves too in America.
I know, but you won't find them on record. You won't find any of their records though.
Really, it's there because how I learned about we're taking.
You will not find their records, bro. You cannot go to any courthouse and then imagine they burnt the shit down in Mississippi, and a lot of all the courthouses with all the records is gone. So clearly, you're not going to find those records that say that who were slaves that were not of what you would call of African descent. Those records are gone forever.
It depends on your family. It depends on if your family documented, and if they're well documented, what do you call it?
Here's the
Individuals.
only
If there was
hope for people
problems,
who. Here's the only hope. People who are Creole, people who can prove that their family past is white. Like outside of that, the only thing I'm gonna be able to do is say, "Oh, I took a ancestral DNA and it said I was a 1%." Truth be told,
black slave owners.
for me and my family, I know my people came from the Great Migration. I know that my people was in the South. I know my people are descendants of those who were tied up. I can't speak for everybody else, but I know what my people went through. I heard, I don't know about any of y'all on the panel, but I've heard stories of my people picking cotton from people who was alive when I was alive. Your people ever told you stories about picking cotton?
My family said we were sharecroppers.
Have you ever heard a story about picking cotton from somebody that was
No,
alive in your family? Okay.
my ancestors.
My great great grandmother.
That shit is real. It's passed down. All that shit passes down.
Yeah, my mom's grandmother, my mom's great grandmother. Yeah, she was a slave when she was a kid. She passed away when I was 4. She was 90 some years old.
And 90 is a good. I ask a lot of people about what they want to be old. A lot of people say they don't want to be old. So people tell me that they rather die early. And so I'll be like, so why? They be like, because your kids ain't gonna take care of you.
Yeah, people
Your
don't see
grandkids ain't gonna take care of you. So why be old? But I'm like, shit, if I could see Avengers 57 and I can fucking say it's an interactive movie, so I can be an Avenger because the technology doesn't change. Hell yeah, I want to see all of that.
I don't think that's true though. Like our people shouldn't think like that because if you do unto what you want done to you. So if you treat people well, you will get treated well when you get old. It'd be the people that was mean and angry towards people that don't get that love back and they wonder why. But that's why they tell you, what goes around comes around. You got to watch how you treat people because the ones you treat like that, you might need them one day. You
And
know.
that is true. That is
So
definitely true.
and a lot of people don't look at it like that, but that stuff goes a long way, as well as your children, because kids don't forget stuff either, and if you good to your kids will make sure you good when you get older, you know.
Who we got coming up? Oh, that's right. Carlton left out and
I-
coming back in.
so,
I got
but yeah,
stuck.
that's
Something happened weird. Like the show was going on, but nobody was talking. It was strange. Like
uh,
it was a different alter universe.
That was our ancestors cutting your ass out.
I think your ancestors don't like my ancestors because my ancestors let them know something.
All right, I want to get back to what ladies he was saying.
What was she talking about?
now, oh, you talking about
You'll hear it if you be quiet.
now I was just speaking on what Andre was saying about how how you like some people don't want to live old, but It's all about how you treat people while you alive and while you here, you know. And if you treat people right, then when you get older, people will take care of you because they will remember what you done for them, you know, as well as your children too, you know. Like,
It depends on how that person is.
yeah.
Some
If you
people don't give a damn how you treated them and still go treat your ass like you trash.
well,
Would you say black men die
it
alone
definitely
more or
depends on
black women die alone more?
and what type of family you came from. Because what a lot of people don't realize is that generational curse that people say, it means a lot. If you don't break it, it will continue to trickle down. So how your ancestors was, how your moms, how your all of those people before you will still hold a piece of that energy in you. Like, I believe in that. Like, that's why most families who act a certain way and do a certain thing, it continues to, it trickles down to each generation. That's why they be like, oh, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. That's because those are curses that people are not breaking. Like, you have to break that or it will become a generational thing. Like, to where you will look up and your children is living the same stuff that you lived only because they didn't break it or you didn't try to break it or show them what to do, you know, to move forward. But that's why you see some families, they be very successful. They be having a lot. They be, you know, the kids graduate and it's like it keeps happening and happening because those are people who cared enough to even try, you know, try to break it, you know, and they were successful with it, you know. And some of us, you know, some people are so stuck in their ways and they don't want to do nothing. They don't want to listen. They don't want to learn a different way. They think that their way is the only way, or they believe what they believe is the only thing to believe. You know, sometimes you got to broaden your knowledge. You know, sometimes you got to get outside of what you know to see something different. You know, people always think that, like, I've noticed, like, even on here, like, a lot of us, we disagree just because we have different backgrounds and different beliefs. We're not all supposed to be the same, but when it comes down to it, if you are conscious, then you will understand somebody. You don't have to like what they say, but have understanding in what they're saying, not just to disagree. Don't always listen to disagree. Actually listen to understand that, hey, this is probably where this person came from. This is their beliefs. This is what they believe in. This is what they grew up to believe. Not saying it's right or it's wrong, but we were all here to be who we are supposed to be. Like, one thing that I've really noticed with the world itself is we are so stuck on blaming people for not being who we want them to be. No, everybody in this world have a voice, a life, a soul. Therefore, they can be whoever they want to be. And it's not up to us to judge them for who they want to be. If they're making wrong decisions, that is what they chose to make. Whether they ancestors taught them, whether they picked up on habits, whatever, that is who they are. What we are supposed to do is see people for who they are, and then we evaluate if we want to deal with them, if we want them in our lives, if we want them in our atmosphere, in our energy, because it's up to us. But what we got to stop doing is trying to make people be who we want them to be. It will never happen. You cannot change nobody. You cannot make nobody become something that they don't want to be. They're going to be who they want to be. They're going to believe what they want to believe, no matter if you show them books, no matter if you show them the proof. Some people still don't care. Like, some people are that disagreeable, argumentative, and guess what? You as a person of who you are, you have the opportunity to deal with them or don't deal with them. And I feel like this year, this is going to wake a lot of people up from that, from what's happening in the world, from what's happening in your families, your relationships, and even what's happening within yourself. I believe that there's something within this year that it's time for people to understand that there is no gray. There's either black or right. Black or white. There's either yes or no, left or right. There is no in between. That's either I'm going to deal with you or I'm not. Either I'm going to believe what you're saying or I'm not going to believe it. Like, and that's just what it is. Like, we got to understand that everybody is not going to be the same. And regardless of how much we may want them to be a certain way, if they don't want to be that way, they're not gonna be that way. And it's just something we gotta realize.
And we definitely got to deal with
Yes.
somebody else's truth.
Right.
That's a
Um,
short.
to
Lady T
land,
still the best. That's a
to
short.
land, to try to land the plane. Carlton asked, though, do you think more women gonna die alone, or do you think more men? And how did you? Because I want to answer the question, so I want you to ask it real quick how you asked it, and then let me come in and land the plane.
Okay. I was thinking about our
No,
favorite person.
no. Ask the question, bro.
Okay. Do you think more black women die alone or more black men die alone? Thinking about the favorite godfather of a podcast show.
So you talking about Kevin Samuels. So
Thank you. Yes.
here's the thing about all of that. Anybody who doesn't listen to what Kevin Samuels said, that's on them. Like, even if you're a dude, and you didn't listen to what he said to the niggas, and all you want to focus on is what he said to the women, then you have a motherfucking problem. You have a motherfucking problem because you pushing blame. I'm gonna say it don't matter who gonna die alone. The only person that you can worry about is yourself. So if he told you, black man, you need to get your shit together, you need to be out here, you need to compete. If you're not competing, then you ain't worth shit. And you deserve the bottom bitches. If he told you, black man, you need to be out here competing. You need to get your health together. You need to get your self-defense together so that if somebody did try you, then you ain't got to worry about it because you can put your hands back on them. Like, if he said all these things about the guys, but the guys pass up everything that he said about them because now we understand, though, okay, women are doing this, and this is stuff that we probably should have already been knowing. But he put the shit on Front Street. But that is not a excuse for you not to seek the best in your own self. Because it don't matter what nobody else is doing. If you're not seeking to become the best you, none of that shit even matters. You want somebody to get on your plan, and I'm not talking about you, but if you want somebody to get on your plan and then you don't have the best plan and there's other niggas out here that on a higher mode of action. Like, even with me, I'm looking at Balloon Pop Challenge and the love. And I'm looking at what all the girls are saying on Kevin Samuels show. And I'm looking at everything that motherfuckers has been saying. Like, this is the best time in all history for a man to understand how women think.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best time for you to be like, I don't want to deal with that kind of woman.
Mm-hmm.
And you can cut that, even if she's the freak leak that you kind of like and she gonna bust it open. Nowadays, you can understand she gonna bust it open, but she's not gonna bust it open for you because you're not the kind of dude that she like.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the best thing that you can do, though, you can do your best to become the kind of dude. You got a couple dollars, she gonna might bust it open for you.
But don't you
But
ever
her,
feel like
but her not having somewhere to live versus her busting it open for you because she really want to fuck the shit out of you It's two different things.
But I feel like even if you try to become who she wanted to, that's still stepping out of your element and not being who
Right. You're not being true
are
to
you
who
changing
you
because
want to
you
be.
want to be
Right.
who
And
she
don't you get tired
and
of
what's for
paying?
you is for you. You're not going to have to change you to get what's for you. Now, you might have to become a better you to get what's for you, because God is not going to send that other half until you are who he wants you to be for her. You
Because
know,
why would he want you to fuck her life up?
no,
But
no,
what?
that's what
No,
I'm
he's
saying.
saying
What
No,
I'm
no,
she
no,
said
no,
being
no, no,
better.
no. It goes both ways. Because
no,
why would he send you the best woman and you not the best you?
no, that's what you just missed what I just said. I said until you become the best version of
But
yourself.
that's what I said. That's why I said why would. But what I'm saying is, why would he send her to you now if you not the best you?
Well,
So
you
you can fuck
know
her
what I
life
was
up.
saying was I was basically saying, because you said that a person would have to become for basically I was answering what you said about that first part, not necessarily about him becoming the best version of himself. I was just saying when you said that then he would have to become he can go out and become who she wants, then
Yeah,
to try to
I
get.
understand what you were saying.
Yeah, but no, I'm not saying that you will get a person that, like, basically to sum it all up, I was just saying what's for you is going to be for you. Like, you're not going to have to necessarily change who you are to get
Hey,
what's for you. What it is what you may have to elevate in within yourself. Like, say for instance, God may have something for you, but it's like, hey, I feel like you're not ready right now. So until I know that you're ready, that's when I'm going to send it. Because if I send it now, you're still in your prepping season and you're not actually who you can be. You're not going to give her all of who I know you can get, what you can give her. So I'm going to wait and prep you until you mentally, physically, or financially, whatever area that he may feel you need to work on, then send the woman, because you find her, she don't find you. So therefore, you know what I'm saying, the approach will be there. And once you approach her, it's not going to be no rejection, because if that's what's for you, it's going to be for you. Everything's going to connect. So that's kind of what I was trying to say. Like, and I
I
do believe
do.
in that. Like, I
I
believe
still.
that person for you is
I
already
love everything that you said, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. And what I'm about to say is not going to be in contrary to what you're saying.
right. Okay.
But as a guy,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people, period. We have been programmed on certain programs growing up. We've been programmed by grandmas, aunties, uncles, the TV, Cardi B's, 50 Cents, and Snoop Dogg's. But then some of us want some things that are different than what we were programmed. So let's say you can take two people who have been programmed the same, two people from the hood. You might think that they might uh, operate on the same level and these two hood people deserve each other. But what if one person decides, I don't want to be in this paradigm anymore? Like, I want something better. Um, you can't just say it. You have to actually become something different. Becoming something different is for you. Um, I don't give a fuck who you are. If you want a Tyrese, if you, no, I'm just playing.
Why you always bringing
But
up Tyler?
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
You always want to bring up Tyrese when it comes to me.
I'm just playing.
That's who you think I want, ain't it?
No, I'm just
I mean,
playing.
if I could have one night with him, but that's another story.
Yeah. Okay.
Sweet lady, would you be
I ain't
mine?
say I was gonna do nothing, but I just might
You
come
ain't gotta say it. She said
might,
one night.
one night. I mean, it could be one day, one day, one morning, one evening. Nah, but go ahead. I don't want to get off track.
Nah. I was just saying, like, sometimes we are programmed to be a certain kind of way, right? Like life programs us. This is my theory, man. And I'm learning that it's not just my theory, but before I've learned what I have been learning, life has programmed us to be one particular way. And I just think our challenge is to break the programming. Uh, Outside of the mate thing, because you can get on the top of your business, you can be the best you that you could ever be, and don't ever find nobody to match that vibe, and you die alone. Going off of what Carlton's original question was, or you come from the hood, do you reach back to a hood girl just because those are the kind of girls you like? Like I think it just gets so crucial because I know that most women, when they can, they not gonna reach back to no dusty dude. They not gonna reach to a dusty dude.
You
A
can't.
dusty dude don't have an opportunity,
Dudes get love too, just from the girls, you know.
but dusty dudes ain't getting no real opportunities, man. With a lot of women,
Yeah,
not in 2020. From 2015 to now, nah. Dusty niggas ain't getting no love unless you got some real good dick game and then you trick her on the low low. So then you're gonna be able to crash out for a minute until somebody that she really like come along. That's
that's what I'm about to say. Until she finds something better, she'll play that role probably for a little bit.
for a little bit. And then
Mhm.
nowadays studs is in the competition. So
Yep.
not only do you gotta deal with the dudes, you gotta deal with studs.
Mm-hmm. They trying to knock you mad.
And I be wondering, I be trying to I sent Carlton, he ain't on here, he got off of here. But I
I
sent him something and
am 30.
I was like, oh man, so what is the difference? I just didn't understand. Like she putting the strap in that thing, she doing all that with the rose,
That's
but
crazy.
she's definitely a stud.
Ain't made no babies.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't speak on that because I ain't ever dealt with nothing like that and
Mhm.
my type of party. So, you know,
But what you gonna do if they throw it on you though one time on the low low?
they can't throw nothing on me that I ain't. Can't nobody throw nothing on me that I ain't trying to catch. So if I'm not trying to do that, then it's not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't that. I'm not gonna give off no energy that I don't
He
want.
said, "Fuck that."
Hell no, I'm not
Yeah,
that person. Like, see, the thing
I'm just
about it is,
bullshitting.
a lot of people be curious, but they be curious for their own selfish reasons. You know, like, but if you know
Hey,
that's not,
Venom.
then you're not gonna put yourself in that predictum. I can't even get the word out. You're not gonna put
Predicament.
yourself in that type of situation to even get pursued. You know, ain't nobody gonna pursue something that they know ain't trying to be pursued. Like if I'm not flirting back or if I'm not giving you that attention, then you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, she don't like girls. You know what I'm saying? Now, have I had girls come at me? Absolutely. I've had pretty straight girls come at me, like the ones that you wouldn't even think comes at girls. And I'm like, are you serious?
I
Like,
don't know, but a lot of them treat it as a game. They don't say, "Oh, she's straight," or "He's straight." I'm gonna try to see
A
if I can get
motherfucker is
her.
definitely not straight if they coming for you.
no, definitely. And the ones that then came from me definitely
No,
don't.
I'm saying they looking at another person, be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I can get them." They talking about she's straight. You talking about you straight or whatever. I'm gonna get your ass.
Ah, you're saying the person that they're trying to get.
Yes, I'm saying it's a game to them. They want to see if they can get the straight
They
person
want
and
to see if
turn
they
the
can
straight
turn
person.
you out.
Especially
Okay.
these studs. These studs be doing. They be playing games like that. I be
I know.
watching motherfuckers on YouTube talking about they're gonna try to see if they can get a person.
Yeah, you right. They do try, but
They play games.
but it's
It's like a
all in.
game.
I mean, because I'm the type of person I don't judge. So I have gay cousins. So I might go out with a bunch of not a bunch of gay people, but so a couple of the girls might be gay that we with, you know, because they fancy or whatever. And I mean, I ain't never got approached or you know what I'm saying because I ain't never gave them that type of energy for them to
I
even think.
ain't nothing, no nothing.
You know
If
what I'm
you,
saying? So I
I
let them
know
know.
Stud's gonna try, and if you want to hang out with the Stud, then I would just gotta let you go. Type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying if I was to be with my cousin and you saw me with my cousin and she's a stud, because I have a sister that's
No, 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 no. I'm saying like
oh, I was about to say now that ain't fair.
girls, women be on the girls trips, and they be doing all that. And I've been hearing a lot about what be going on these girl trips.
Now a lot of these
Or sometimes women,
a lot of these women are bisexual nowadays.
yeah,
Like
women be befriending people just so that they can
they bisexual
kiss down low,
and nowadays
Australian kisses and shit.
and one thing about it is nowadays they're very open with it. Like you know, back in the day, being gay wasn't so open. You know, it was more
They
Nah,
ain't open if your girl got a if the girl got a boyfriend, they don't be open with it. But
no.
they still be
No, they
trying to
when
get
they
them.
around him, they don't be open with it. But if they around a bunch of chicks, they gonna be open with that shit. See, you just don't know what goes on at them girl parties, baby. Listen, it gets serious. Like you wouldn't even believe it. But
Look, I ain't gonna lie. How I felt like
I
when I
can't
first heard about when they used to have
tell you
toy
what.
parties, I was like, toy parties. I didn't even like what.
Oh yeah,
And then I was
oh
kind of hearing kind of through the
yeah. It goes
grapevine
down
that these
those two.
motherfuckers was like
they got
freaking on each
they got
other
to
at the toy
demonstrate. They got to
parties.
demonstrate on how to use their product.
Yeah, so it gets a little heated at toy parties too. Like at all them type of girl parties, it gets heated. But once again,
I
it
heard a
depends
lot
on
about them.
it just depends on what you accepting and what you doing. You know what I'm saying?
And who the fuck you choose as a mate? That was what the fuck matters the most.
Cause
If you know she
I
freaky,
ain't gonna lie,
then
I had
that's
to check
cool.
somebody one time. Like it was and it wasn't like a long time ago either. Like and I got invited to one of my cousin's parties, not knowing that this old I ain't even gonna say she was old, it was somebody's mama that was there at the party. I'm like, now why would somebody let their mama come to a party like this? Like and I mean, I know if the person ever hear this, they gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. But they let their mama come to the party, and Lord behold, the mama was trying to crack on me, y'all. And I'm
Mama
like, what
loves you.
the hell is going on? And I had to tell this lady, I said, listen, auntie, like,
You
I
want to use
said,
one of them toys on you.
I don't go that way, and I ain't trying to go that way, you know, but respectfully, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just let you know, like, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to slow down 10 speed. You moving a little too fast and then you going the wrong way. You feel me? So you need to turn back on around and you feel me, get back in that lane. Cause baby, this ain't what we doing over here.
Yeah, come on, lady T. Let me test one of these toys out on you.
But yeah, after I let her know what was up, she backed up. You feel me? And that's what I'm saying. Like when you respectfully let somebody know, like, hey, you feel me? I mean, I know everybody having a good time, we drunk and everything, but yeah, I'm not never that drunk to where I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And I'm like, everybody laughing and talking about, yeah, she wants you. No, this is not funny. Like, y'all chill. Yeah. But yeah, it's all into what the woman expect. Like, I mean, accept, because if you know somebody is trying to come at you and you not feeling it, or this is not what you trying to do, you just respectfully let her know, even if you got to pull her to the side or whatever, and just let her know, like, hey, you know, I feel a little uncomfortable. You doing a little bit too much. You know, chill out. You know, and that's it. I ain't never had nobody just overly boldly, you know, try to do nothing. But they will try though. They will try for sure. They will try. But you can't let them get in if that ain't what you trying to do.
Cause I sure almost tried. I mean, hey Carlton, hey buddy.
Oh, he back. I
Yeah, I
thought
had to handle something.
He's
No, I
back.
had to handle something.
I thought you was gone for the night.
That's
He was
surprising. He'll
Almost,
never come
almost
back.
in 10 more minutes.
He'll
But
never come back. That's surprising.
oh yeah, I
You
had to
just say
charge my
10 more
phone.
minutes. Petty.
Yeah, you know, I gotta rise and shine at 3 in the morning, be there, leave the house by 5. And, I did overtime too today. I started way early in the morning, didn't get off to like 6:35, and then I stayed over for my E Squad, elite Force. And then after that, what do you call it?
Who's busting it up?
Okay, Lady Two, you could keep up with your story about your interactions with the old lady.
Oh my
What?
God. That was really, I just had to tell her off. That's all. I mean, that was really the first time that I've been like publicly approached, like in front of everybody. Like usually people will try to like do it like secretly, but she was publicly like, and I mean she was mainly talking about my, behind or whatever. It was like how big it was and and she couldn't help herself. And I'm like, this is a lady though, like somebody's mother.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta get aggressive with the motherfuckers because they don't take a hint. You gotta get aggressive with
Hold
them.
up, this was an old woman that was talking about some shit.
But I'm gonna be honest. She was old enough to be my mom, but she did not look that old. I'm gonna keep it real. She looked like she was one of us. Like, but yes, she was an older lady, and she kept. And we
All
were,
right.
and I had to just politely just let her know, like, hey, I'm not like that, like, because she was starting to, do a little bit too much. And like I was just basically telling Dre, I'm like, some girls will try to act like they, you got different ones. You got the ones that's, they really want you to do it, but they're gonna act like they don't want you to do it. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the ones who really don't do that. Then you got the curious ones who want to try it, but they don't know if they're gonna like it or not. But then you got the ones that's just gonna act like they drunk, so they don't know what happened the next day, but really they do, and they wanted to do what they did. It's different type of females when you go to them type of parties and stuff. Like, and certain people just act different when they get drunk. I'm just somebody that don't. So my
Sound like Diddy party to me.
I swear, I swear, I don't like that. That's like a Diddy party.
I mean, you gotta think about it. When I mean, if it's
but
a house
everybody's gonna sign an agreement. If you come here,
you got a house
gonna
full of
clap the cheeks.
half of them is bisexual. I mean, what do you think is gonna happen? Like, let's be serious. And I mean, you never know who's really bisexual. You don't know until you start playing those games and they start asking them questions. Because that's what we do. We play little games and. Certain questions get asked. And,
so you done been on a toy party before.
Wow, girl. Hey, we didn't have these type of parties more often. That's all I'm trying to say.
We need to go to some Lady T parties.
Heck yeah. What's the next one? Can we come?
I don't throw the party. I just
well, let us know.
Bro, they do not invite men to the toy parties, man.
No, you can't.
Man, that's some bull.
Oh, you talking about toy party? I was talking about the party.
Anyway, we don't need the not box.
I wear the matching pajamas.
Got you. I got you.
So that's just
that's
type of party too, where everybody just wear the same pajamas and yeah.
I heard about if your lady likes to go with the girls too much.
That is definitely a new party or new thing that I've been seeing women do. They ain't all women, and they all wearing pajamas and twerking and all that kind of shit on the live. They be eating pussy when everybody go to sleep.
Yeah, they be turning it out.
But see, I
just need to go when the after party happens. I ain't trying to go. We stay. Just let me know what after party is. I'll be here. Doug, you gonna be at the after party?
Hell no, I ain't gonna be in none of them. Diddy control the after party. Diddy control the after party. That's where Diddy spirit comes.
Hey, we're gonna be Diddying it up there.
Motherfucker, I ain't. You might be Diddy.
Gotta blow up.
You might be Diddy at that motherfucker.
Y'all think Diddy try to blow up Cali for them evidence?
I
Who
think
knows?
to be honest with you, I was thinking like I think he code had somebody do this shit, but I don't know how that could be.
I
It
feel
could
like
not be. I don't
Hollywood.
know.
I
But
gotta
there was
ask,
a
why
lot
does
of
Cat
fucking
Williams
evidence
got
that
all
they
this
destroyed.
information? Cat is the source of all this information. Like, it's taking information for what's the reason? Is that how he controls people? Is he a form of the CIA?
So
Because
ain't
you know
nobody
that
gonna tell Carlton his microphone fucking up.
I was about to say that. I was like, I don't understand a damn word he said.
I thought it was my phone at first, so I didn't want to say nothing.
What about now? Can y'all hear me?
Better.
Until you start fucking up again.
Hello? Can y'all hear me?
Yep, there you go. You fucking up again.
Go out and
I
come
think-
back in, man.
All right.
But yeah, it is a lot of bisexual shit going on, though. I ain't even gonna lie. It's more common than what the fuck I ever thought it would be. Cause, like I said, when we was growing up, it wasn't popular like that.
Yeah, the world has changed a whole lot.
Yeah, but now it's just like,
They call it down low sisters.
huh?
Down low sisters.
The party.
No, women are the down low ones. They always probably been the down low ones the whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
Going on girl trips, licking pussy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And then most of the time they can probably just keep it real with they do and be like, come on, we gonna do a threesome. But no, they want to keep all the pussy for themselves.
I mean,
I'm just playing.
that's probably
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
like that's where some of it probably starts at, though. Honestly, like men be wanting threesomes and stuff, but you don't know. What if your woman just start liking women?
Yeah, that female started liking the other female, and they be doing it behind your
You
back.
didn't
Yeah.
introduce her into something that you wanted her to do, and just because she loved you enough, she did it, and now she gay.
Yep. Yep.
She
And she
probably
doing a whole
was
lot of shit
already that
behind.
way though.
And she
Real
probably
talk.
doing a whole bunch of shit behind the dude
Yeah.
back.
I mean, she could already be that way, but it's not like it can't just happen, you know, because some people get turned on to something and then they really like it, you know. I told a guy that before. I said, you know, why you want this so bad? I said, what if I start liking girls? Like, what if I don't even want you after the third? What if
What'd he say?
shit? He really couldn't say nothing. He was just like, damn, I never thought of it like that.
So when after you
Do
did
you
it, what
think
happened?
it's easier for a girl to stop liking girls and like men, and for a man to stop liking men and to like a woman?
I know someone.
You talking about like, dude, I don't want men no more. I want women.
Right. Or in the Bible, it talked about you was gay, you was a thief, and then you change your life over and you become clean. You don't do that no more. That's a form of life. Do you think that that's really happened? Like you could stop being gay?
I think once gay, male or woman, I do not think you can go back straight. There's no way possible. Like you can stop dating one or the other. Like, yeah, you can say, okay, I don't want to deal with women no more. That was just a phase. But in the back of your mind, you know deep down inside that if you ran across another woman that you really was interested in, you would do it again. Like, I mean, I don't think that's something you could just say like, oh, I'm not gay anymore. I don't like women anymore. Once you start liking them, come on. Y'all know what the fuck. Like,
So do you feel like that's mentally, spiritual, physical?
yeah, because it's a lot behind that. And different sex brings out different parts of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you may or may not know what I'm saying, but I'm just saying, even dealing with a man that does different sex, it brings different parts out of you. So just imagine a whole nother sex, a woman and two women. Like that's a whole nother type of sex because you got to think about it. A woman know how to please. A woman know how she want to be pleased. So she's gonna do it like how she wants it, And same thing with a man,
No, I don't know, because I'm a firm believer that it don't even matter if the other women don't even know what she's doing. The idea is that it's a woman doing it is where the beneficial prospect is coming in when it comes to the lesbian stuff. The other woman might not even have to know what she's doing. It's just, oh, it's another woman doing it. And that is where all the points on the board come from.
I guess I don't know. Like I heard people have to fight really if they really don't want to be that way no more. It's not something that is easy. It's a hard fight. That's what I heard too. People really trying to stop doing it.
What do you think, Carson?
I don't know because people could backslide. People could stop doing it and then they trip up and do it again. It's like it may be a habit, like any other thing, like any other device, drinking, smoking, eating.
You said sex is a habit. I mean, what are you saying? Being gay is a habit?
I'm saying you could revert to your old ways again. You could go back to the old ways that you was doing before. I don't know if you could ever really 100% change or if you're always constantly fighting to stay good on the other side. I don't know.
But I'm not going to say that. I do believe people change. But what I'm saying is when it comes to your sexuality, like once you've already been gay, like you can't unbe gay. Like you can be bisexual, but you can't say you're going to always be bisexual once you're bisexual. I mean, there's no way around.
Like, so that man's lying when he said he don't like men no more.
Yeah, any man anyway, man is totally different. Like, what? You don't like men?
It's a difference between men and women when it comes to that?
No, I just said I believe both. I don't think it's no difference. I think men, once you like a man, you will go. It is what it is. You gonna always like a man.
She started saying,
nah, for real, because that's crazy. Like, why would you like a man and then say, "Oh, I don't like men no more"? And you done had a whole penis. Excuse me. Like, I'm not. Like that. There's no way. You can't revert back from that.
No, hell no.
That's serious. Like that's serious. Like now you can move on with your life and have a wife and kids and all that. But deep down inside, your sexuality is still gonna be there. Like, and you're gonna always. You might look at a man or anything like that. Don't mean that you might want the man, but y'all know.
So we was talking earlier about Raz B and Marcus Houston and Chris Stokes when nobody else was on
here.
Yeah.
So sometimes then we talking about Orlando Brown. I think Orlando Brown was the
Orlando Brown. And then you talk about the show that they all on.
They was on the Husbands of California or Bad Boys. I don't know. It was some shit I remember seeing the previews. And they was on there trying to fight. They was fighting. Raz B ran up on Orlando Brown. I'm blood crip or whatever. I don't know. It was some weird shit. But if Raz B was molested as a little kid, right? In B2K. I want y'all to follow me.
I'm here.
Raz B was molested as a kid. He was molested by
Chris.
I'm not saying this is what happened.
Yeah,
this is what happened.
Allegedly,
he was molested by Marcus Houston, who was molested by Chris Stokes. Where is there any room for Raz B to say, I'm not gay, I was abused. There's a room for Marcus Houston to say, I'm not gay, I was abused.
Yes,
Yes,
because
I do.
that's
No, I'm
how they
asking lady.
start.
I'm asking lady
Yes.
T.
Oh,
Because they're the ones who
I
say
would
who's
say,
gay and
I
who is
would
not
say,
gay no more.
okay, I would say that situation is different because that was not willingly. You have to be anytime something is going
Well,
and it, and
let's
it's
say
not
that it became willing though,
no.
because that's all you knew. Like,
And
okay,
say
this is the behavior.
if he okay, so what I'm saying is this: if he was not old enough to be able to protect himself, or he was scared, or if you're scared for your life or anything like that, then you're not gonna be like, hey, no,
Not scared, but this is just the
man,
what's
if
going on.
you're doing it, yeah, I ain't no way around that. If you're doing it and you're letting it happen and you're not, yeah, you like it at this.
But
Like it
imagine
doesn't matter. It's
they was
continuing to
kids.
happen. But if
They
it is
was
continuing to happening, eventually you liked it. Like if you didn't like it, then no, that's different. But if you kept doing it, you liked it.
so imagine this. Can I flip the script real quick? And I'm gonna try not to get us a strike.
Okay.
If there was a lady, a girl who been
Mhm.
out here hoeing like a mug, she had been touched on her whole life.
Okay.
She been doing this and she been doing this. I'm
Okay.
speaking from somebody who I know.
Okay.
Then eventually she realized where her trauma came from. And now she started blaming the person who started her abuse.
mm-hmm.
Is it okay to say, nah, hell nah? After it happened to you, you still was doing it. You still was, eventually you started having consensual sex with the abuser. Uh, and you continued your whole phase for the next 10 years. You was down with that shit. Is that okay to say?
No,
Nah, she wasn't down with it, but at the same time, she was unhealed. She was damaged. She was hurt. You know,
I
whatever.
So does
And
the
I'm not
man?
saying I'm not
Why
saying
doesn't
that a
the
man.
guy have the same?
But I was just about to say I'm not saying that a man can't be damaged or hurt.
right.
But,
I think
but
that that's the number one reason why some men are really gay is because they were raped in prison or they were molested as boys. Straight up.
Hell
That could
nah,
be real
that is
reason.
not. It ain't got nothing to do with. Some people, yeah, but some
If you
people
don't have
just.
no choice, say like you go to prison at 17
I know a
Some
lot
people have not
of
been
people
molested
that
and they
never
just
and
been to
you
decide
prison, never been
and
to
you
they
go to
juvenile,
want to
prison
they
be
end
and
up
gay.
you have
becoming
3
gay.
strikes.
I ain't
And that
fucking
can
with you on
happen.
that. I got
There's plenty of people that ain't never been locked up. They end up
I got
becoming
people
gay.
I know in my family, bro, that ain't never been locked up,
That's
and
what
to
I'm
my
trying to
knowledge,
say. I know people
never
my family.
been molested, and
Exactly.
they definitely decided that that's the way that they want to go.
Well, that's different, but I'm talking about there are certain things that happen to certain people and it wasn't put upon them, it's just circumstance. You
Okay.
know, like
You should have said that though. You didn't
I
say
can
that
ride
like
with
that.
circumstance. I can ride with you with circumstance.
but I guess there does come a time when after you gotta change if you believe you want
But
something
that's
different.
what I'm saying. I'm just saying this. Like, I understand when you a kid, you have no control. But once you get grown and you have control, if you feel like in your body, in your mind and soul, this is really the way that you don't want to go, you need to reach out and seek out for help. Like, don't just keep, making an excuse of what you went through and this is why you continuing to go through it. No, there has to be a point where you understand, okay, this is not what I really want for my life. I do want to change. It's kind of hard for me to change. So maybe I need to seek help. Maybe I need to, get some advice or, talk to a mentor or, something, a counselor, a psychiatrist. Like, it's too much help out here for a
So
person.
when my man said, "I'm not gay no more, I'm delivered," why didn't nobody believe him? He
Who?
went to the church.
Because it's
Who said
too
that?
fabricated. I don't
You
believe
ain't
it
seen that
because
video?
I ain't gonna tell nobody. I'm
Who?
just gonna do it. If that makes sense to you,
Who
I'd
y'all
rather
talking
show
about? I'm
somebody.
sorry. I didn't hear the name. Well, you said who
She
said
didn't
that?
see that video.
Oh no, I didn't.
Pull it up.
My
Can
man,
you put up Dre?
my man has said I'm delivered. I'm delivered.
I'm
I'm not
delivered.
gay no more.
See,
I
I
don't
want
think you would talk like that.
women. He said, I want
I don't
women.
think you would talk like that. If you're not gay no more, why would you talk?
Well, I'm gonna just say this: like, if he really, really not, then you would know. But I feel like somebody who already have like gay tendencies, like they talk gay, they act gay, they gay. Like now, you got
Yeah.
some right. You know what I'm saying? You got some men who were molested and all that, and they can't help but to be a little, have a little way. But those be the ones who trying to fight against it. So they still end up, having wives and families and stuff, but they probably never told nobody they childhood traumas. But I do believe it's kind of hard because you do have two different type of people out here, and it ain't even just two different type of people, it's two different type of personalities of how they present themselves. So you're gonna have some who's gonna be more secretive with it because this is something that they really don't, they're not, they don't want this life, but it's hard for them to not be able to, show it because of what didn't happen to them. But then you got some who is okay with it, they're open with it, they understand that this is what it is, and they don't really care. But so I think it just really depends on the person within themselves. Like, are you open with this? Are you more, secretive where nobody really would know? Do you act feminine? Do you still have your masculine energy? Because I think that's the main thing too, like where how people kind of single people out and be like, oh well, yeah, they gay. You know what I'm saying? Because if you have feminine energy and you're walking around with that, then that's the energy you're giving off. Then of course somebody gonna be like, oh yeah, he's gay. He ain't coming out of that. But if you have this masculine energy about yourself and you admit that you've had something, that went on with you or whatever, I feel like that's different because that's somebody who's fighting against something that they can't control because of what happened to them. But they still walking in their masculine energy because this is really who they want to be. You see
So
what I'm saying?
let me
What
ask you
about
this then.
allegedly
What about
Busta Rhymes?
now? Let's go on a deeper level. Tyler Perry came out and said something happened to him.
Right. I knew you was gonna bring him up. That's so funny.
So
I was just
if
thinking
Oh,
about
Buster or
if
Tyler?
Tyler Perry said something happened to him, but he say he's not gay, do you think he's fighting those demons or what you think?
Yeah, I think Tyler Perry is fighting the demons, but he found a way to get rich. You feel me? Him dressing like that woman, regardless if he was gay about it or not, he didn't care because he knew this was his money. You feel me? But I do believe that, yes, I believe that he still has to fight them demons off. But I do believe that he's one of them men that still can walk in his masculine energy as well. So I don't see him like, even though when he is Medea, he's very feminine, but it's not the same perception that I get when I see him as a man with his regular clothes on, So I mean, and then we got to remember Martin did the same thing. Martin did it. Who else dressed as a woman? You know
Jamie
what I'm
Foxx.
saying? So I don't feel like Martin's gay. You feel me? He don't give me gay tendencies.
But I ain't never felt like Shanae and Martin was the same as Tyler Perry and Medea though. I don't have to keep it 100 with
But
you
I mean,
now.
Martin ain't never said he got raped either. But I mean, Shanae was a little bit more made up. Like, it was like you could tell that. I see what you're saying. Yeah, like with Medea is full throttle, like grandma, like yeah. So I see what you're saying. That is too. I guess you really can't compare them, but. I mean, but I'm just saying in the sense of they both did the same thing. They both dressed up as a woman, regardless of how it went, it happened. So I don't know. But
I
times
don't
is
think I don't know. I mean, I heard a few stories about the Tyler Perry stuff. Like he done told people, "Hey, you gotta bust it open if you ain't gonna get this rug." But that's more like tabloid
Boondocks
stuff.
brought that out.
That's the
Boondocks
more
made a
like
whole
tabloid.
series.
That's tabloid stuff. We don't deal with tabloid stuff. But do he strike you as a gay man? I guess is the question here.
Yes.
No, he don't strike me as a gay man, and I don't know why though, because everybody else probably thinks differently. Because I mean, I've heard a lot like about Tyler Perry, but I don't know. He like, and I'm gonna keep it real. Like that don't mean before he got famous that he didn't do something gay. I mean, he might have. I mean, who knows and who will know? That man's rich, so it really don't even matter. But at the same time, um. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say because like I said, like even in the Get Married movies, Why Did I Get Married movies, like he didn't really give me no feminine energy at all. And I think that's the reason why I can vouch and say that I don't feel like that because I've seen him play both roles. And I mean, shit, if he is, he knows how to cover it up really well.
Yeah, I
Like
was gonna say he was playing a manly part. He was playing an actual man.
yeah, you see what I'm saying? So it would be different if I hadn't seen him play a man role.
And then
Then
even
I
when he
might
played Alice Cross, he didn't get no gay signs.
yeah, like if I hadn't seen him play a regular
But are
role, then
these
maybe I
just
would say that.
characters that he knows how to play?
But
But
he's an
outside in
That's
his
another
reality,
thing.
you got to understand, just like Andres always separate the business from the person, can you separate characters and know which characters put on the screen
Yeah,
and
that's
which
another
ones he
thing.
does in his personal life? These are actors. And the whole world is
Yeah, that's another thing. Acting.
they're
Yeah.
acting. So you don't know who they are outside of there.
right.
I'm gonna say that most people, including myself, no matter what role Tyler Perry play in, I'm seeing Medea.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I know you still see Medea in the background, and that's what he's gonna always be remembered as, Medea. No matter what he goes for, Medea was his bread and butter, and that's what he would be
But that's
known
why
for.
I say black men should not put on no dresses.
That was in ancient times. He was not supposed to worry about
Nah,
Today,
that ain't just anxious times because they've been saying that from the beginning. They were saying black men shouldn't put on no damn dress. They were saying that way back in the 70s movies, well,
it. Well,
80s
What
do
movies.
you think
about
that must have came
what
from
about
the
dude
abuse
that
of the
played
slave masters?
what about dude that played Joanna Man?
he shouldn't
I
have
didn't
did
like
that.
none of it. I knew the undertone. It was
I think he
changing
gay
people's
in real
minds.
life too.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't think of his name. Yeah,
he does
he
give off a little bit of gay tendencies to me.
yeah.
That nigga gay.
He talking every little show or movie. The way he talk, he just comes off like that. Motherfucking Pretty Ricky is what they call it.
I don't
Ricky,
know.
I
You
always, I ain't gonna lie, I always thought Arsenio Hall was gay. And that's just like it's a borderline for me with Arsenio, but I don't know, man.
I don't know, but it was sad when they took a show off. When it came back and then they just said Zayunk. I wonder what that was about, why they pulled the show.
It was cool when it came back though. Then he only got what like 2 or 3 episodes when they brought it back.
That was like, nah, we don't want you taking that slot. That's what it was. Just
It
like
was
we
back
could
in
be
what
one
like
day.
2000, was it 2019 or something? They brought the Arsenio Hall show back.
That's all.
It was only a couple of damn shows they gave him. They shut this shit right off.
That's because we black people really didn't support it. It wasn't the same. Like he didn't have the same pool. That'd been like somebody been like Ricky Lake, come on back on TV. Don't nobody know who Ricky Lake is today.
Oh yeah.
Nah, but yeah, her name would have to grow again. She would have to. It's a whole new
Nah,
generation.
I was just saying, don't nobody want to see Arsenio, Ricky Lake, Phil Donahue.
Gotcha.
Now, if you give Meg the Stallion
They
her own
died.
show, if you give Meg the Stallion her own show,
Please
it's gonna
don't.
blow up.
There's gonna be a lot of you little young 20-year-olds and 18
If you
and
give
teenagers gonna be watching
What
this
about
shit.
Cardi B?
if you
Cardi
give
B.
Chris Brown his own show, it's gonna blow up.
Mm-hmm.
You can't bring
Yeah.
nobody from the fucking early '90s
No, you can't.
unless. And I just feel like the reason why they did that is because they owed him.
Also,
They did him bad, and to finish out his contract, they gave him the show.
oh, so they gave him a couple of million or $1 million for him to do the show again or something.
Maybe.
But they know his shit wasn't gonna pop. We
Yeah.
living in a time where we had Jimmy Kimmel. That dude kept having the Roots and everybody on his shit.
They
Like,
still on there. They still playing the band on this show.
I got you. Yo,
you gotta
maybe
have
one
some
day we'll
talent.
reach something like that. Well, we'll have a late night talk show called
Truth be told.
You know what I'm saying? For real. I've been telling y'all that we can get that shit cracking like it, man. Even if we just meet up at my office at like 8 o'clock and we just shoot for 1 hour. I don't know what the fuck we would talk about, but we could shoot and just post it because the content that we're doing right now, this was just getting us warmed up for where we need to go. Ain't nobody made no $1 million doing what we doing right now. Everybody got to get out their motherfucking comfort zone.
We should have did this shit when we had the StreamYard.
we had
I
the
mean,
what?
That's cool.
We had the what room?
StreamYard.
StreamYard.
We had it where we can
You
post.
wasn't around that often, but yeah, we could have went live whenever the fuck we wanted to.
Why didn't we? Was everybody on one, or everybody was gone doing something else? I wonder what would have happened if we would have had that live though at that B's party. You know what I'm saying? At B's party, it probably would have been. We probably would have did the numbers.
At the what?
B's party.
I mean D's party.
These nuts.
I wasn't trying to really put it out there like that, dang.
You talking about RTR, nigga?
No, I was talking about Doug's birthday party. If we would have went live, that show would have been great. I felt.
Why you say D's? Clearly, my name is on my screen, so you could have said Doug.
Okay, yeah, Doug's birthday party would have been big.
You said D's party, make it sound like you talking about going to Diddy party or something like that.
Everybody thinking about Diddy. That Diddy's just having a great old time too. Shit, to keep it real, he's probably gonna.
We definitely still wouldn't have got no views at the hotel party.
We probably would have. We just had to schedule and like everybody. Hey, you guys want to have fun? Check out the Truth Be Told party. You know, you just have to come on.
Who in the city is checking for that?
Nobody.
Okay, so there wouldn't have been shit.
Well, there's a way to get it, and I keep signing up for this guy who's trying to show that you can get awards off YouTube and not even have to stream nothing. I keep trying to sign up, but every time I sign up for it, it's like.
Do you think that you can get something from nothing?
I don't know. It's $1 that you pay for the service, of course.
No, I'm asking you. Do you think you can get something for nothing? If I can get 1 million people who think that they can get something from nothing, guess how much money I'm gonna make?
$1 million.
People, $1 million.
$1 million.
That everything that I've been learning right now, everything on the internet is about money right now. And if you ain't thinking about money on the internet, then you tripping.
I am, man. He was talking about AI. I just want to take the course to see how it runs and how it can help us and help my show. I mean, because if there's he did talk about AI algorithms and make them work for you. So there's some work that you got to put into it. Don't get me wrong. You got to put some type of work. But once you get the algorithms working for you, that's the thing.
Well, if that's the case, then why ain't that many millionaires running up?
We don't know. They probably still. We don't know. I don't know the success. I just said I signed up for it. It was tonight, and I should have. I'm gonna see about getting it tomorrow if I could pull it up and learn it and see if it works for my show. And if it does, then I get at y'all. I'm just saying, like, we got to do something to make it make sense. That's all. Because this is the year to do something different. You know.
It is, but you gotta think of everything being rational though. Ain't nobody about to blow the fuck up off of no dollar, bro. $1?
No, you're gonna have to put the work in to make the algorithms work for you and study and see what works and what doesn't. Of course, there's something more. The algorithm, you probably have to pick the right algorithm to what you're doing, right? If anything else.
You cannot pick an algorithm. The algorithm is based off of your content versus what people want to see. What happens with that $1 is that $1 turns into buy this next product. It's called upsell.
Mm-hmm.
Buy this next product, and this next product you're gonna pay $20 for or $50 for. And now I can guarantee that you at least get 50 followers. And then that next upsell is $1,200. I know how I go because I'm studying the whole format on this whole thing, man.
About getting subscribers and views.
If that is your mission, then okay. That's your mission. Guess what the person's mission is who sold you something?
He's just making money off of nothing.
Okay, then. His mission is the money. You want the honey. What movie is that?
Gotcha.
That's called Superfly. Somebody a pimp. I ain't talking about the new Superfly. I'm talking about the old Superfly, 1978.
Yeah.
You want the honey.
But I'm getting
You know, I was about to say breaking.
Yeah, I'm about to disappear, y'all. This is when I
It
disappeared.
was a song that they said that it was on breaking.
I was on a break.
It was a song that was on breaking that they was talking about. They want the money, you want the honey.
Alright,
Old school 70s song.
It might have came from that movie though, because Chris Cross, even Chris Cross had a skit from Superfly.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas is players, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I think, breaking came after Superfly, I think.
They did.
All right, good night, y'all.
Yeah, Superfly was like 70s. Breaking came out 83, 82 ish.
Yeah. Wasn't nobody breakdancing in the 70s, man.
Yeah.
We don't have movies like that, should I say, about hip hop.
But the way time going now, shit, they're trying to phase hip hop out. Where there's no music coming up.
They trying to phase us out of the music.
Right.
Because that's like rap became more pop. Our rap and R&B became more pop.
How y'all feel about them saying that black people didn't invent hip hop or rap?
Wow, that's
a damn lie. I ain't heard that shit, but that's a motherfucking lie to the bone.
They ain't paying attention, man. Fat Joe said Latinos and Puerto Ricans.
What?
And Busta Rhymes said Jamaicans did it.
What?
Whatever.
That's
some bullshit. Yeah, Busta Rhymes is Jamaican, and then Fat Joe is fucking Puerto Rican.
Well, of course they don't like that because of the race that they are. Well, where they come from.
That shit started out on the East Coast of fucking America, and then they just transitioned it to Puerto Rico, Mexico.
They said, we don't have a culture. And we got all our shit from them. Hip hop, At least Fat Joe said it was created 50-50 between Puerto Ricans and black people.
Okay.
And everybody pushing back against them like, wasn't no Puerto Ricans back then. Like, even the original people saying, nah. Busta Rhymes said it was 100% Jamaican.
And he only saying that because he
I
Jamaican.
ain't got no respect for neither one of them right now.
Right, that's wrong. They wrong for that. They know we created some shit. But you know, I mean, it's always been like that for us. It always seemed like, you know, we always got the back end of everything. People always try to make like we didn't come up with when we are the original. We know that. I mean,
Motherfucker said we didn't create a motherfucking thing.
but think about it. Why you think when Black History come up, you know, they try to distract us with something else?
Oh, why the fuck they always talk about the same people? We ain't never got over that part.
Why the fuck they gave us 28 days out of a year
Right.
for Black History?
And 29 on a leap year.
I don't give a fuck about how many days we got. They ain't never told us who we actually was, and or they keep telling us. I guess now they talking about Beyonce and everybody else on Black History Month when they talk to our kids and shit.
Yeah.
But what about all I knew about my man with the peanuts?
I can't think of his name.
They said he made peanut butter.
Well,
Shit.
You know, they always talked about Harriet Tubman.
But they with him though, we never learned that. For one, we know about Henry Ford, and we know the Ford Company, and we know about Ford cars, and Henry Ford created the plant.
right.
Carver.
Madam C.J. Walker.
I almost came up with his name, Carver. It's something Carver.
Damn. I know he's talking about Carver.
He looked at the plant flowers, and he's George Washington Carver.
Yep. George Washington Carver.
And he created the plant idea and gave it to Henry Ford. He don't get no, like when we go to work at factories like Amazon or any other plant, he created that idea. We don't know nothing about his things. We don't know about who created shit for the refrigerator. Like, who created the first video game? It's so much shit that we don't know that our people had a hand in, or at least I think they were our people, because somebody can have your same skin and still not be your people, and they tell you that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Cassian, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Mm-hmm.
He said, black people, y'all ain't got no culture. But then you see niggas like Kevin Hart and motherfuckers all on his show and shit. Like, that would make me think gatekeeping is real. But it's 11:22, so we've been on this thing about 3 hours almost.
Yeah.
You know who ain't showed up in a minute?
Who?
Norway.
I wonder what's going on with him.
I thought he was in the comments on like the last show or the show before.
Yeah, he was in the comments.
I ain't seen him in like a month.
No, he was in the comments on like it might not have been the last show, it might have been the show before. But shoot, we don't go as live as much as we used to, so
yeah, he probably don't be knowing when we on.
I don't know, but I ain't seen him. But with all that being said, though, truth be told, we'll be back hopefully.
Be told.
If we ain't got nothing to do on Saturday, we can still run this test. I've been trying to do a test on Saturday now.
Go ahead and end it so we can talk about it.